do the 5-10 second pre-roll. Because, you know, this is like critical role and I need to have a mic check moment. Everyone do...
Let's have a good game, y'all.
Okay, everyone make a sound so I can make sure Discord picks you up. Mitch, make a noise. Mitch.
Mitch, make a noise.
Make a noise, damn it. What? I was doing a mic check and you weren't making a noise.
Sorry, I was I was actually looking through your
Oh. Just, I looked over and I'm like, Mitch? Anyway, okay, everyone's good. We did the mic check. Good. Now for the previous thing, I can do my little spiel and we can move on. Where's the fucking story so far? I didn't have the right tab open. My notes, they're all wrong. Okay, here we go. Okay, last time... Oh, wait, no. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Legends of the Old Republic, a Star Wars 5e set in the Old Republic, as the title suggests. We are in our second session. Somehow these chuckleheads decided to keep me around after the first time. I'm your host, JMKitsune. We are joined tonight by the players Mitch, Hannah, Zack, and Jill. Paige and Selah will be joining a little later. But do not worry, we will have a decent party for you tonight. A reminder, this takes place 3,000 years before the movies. So, like, put all that shit aside when you come in and watch, and just enjoy the story. We're just a bunch of nerds playing a game. Cool? Cool. Anyway. This is where I put an intro. We had an animator intro, but we don't have one of those, so pretend there was an intro. Last time, on Legends of the Old Republic, 7 strangers were called to meet on Coruscant at the Jedi Temple, and were assigned to work together for an unofficial mission. Slowly but surely, this band of heroes begun to have their stories weave together, while getting to know each other within the hallowed halls of the Jedi Temple. We follow now in our story the Mandalorian twins, Ragnar and Rane, taking a job for the Jedi and Republic far from home due to their being exiled by family, specifically their father. They are joined by the Night Sister Bombyx Mori, a mysterious party member who apparently is here on behalf of someone else who was requested to take this mission from the planet world of Empress Teta. We have the smuggler, Hesper Haze, coming all the way from the world of Batu. Seeking adventure and fun, Hesper finds herself in awe by everything around her so far, including the mysterious shop that she left, with an even more mysterious compass. Mercenary Kairi, the young woman who traveled all the way from Nar Shaddaa to find a bit of discomfort around the Jedi, though took the job anyway for the credits she definitely needed. The experienced former Jedi, Bel Kaluul, returning to the temple after being gone for so long, finding himself walking down memory lane, meeting a student of a former friend. Said student, Sami Zi'Nur, who unexpectedly found her first mission is without her master. This group of strangers will be accompanying her instead. There was a bit of surprise all around for these adventurers, for not many are used to seeing Mandalorians in the Republic, a Jedi Padawan going out without her master, a smuggler being asked to help an official government body, a Night Sister helping as well. All of these things and more have left all 7 of the group a bit uneasy, until Bel suggested the game of what the ferric is up with that. A good chance to break the ice, asking a few questions of each other. It gave everyone a moment to just remember that everyone in the group is just a person. They come with their own baggage, they come with their own stories. And now they're going to forge a new one together. After this had occurred, the group was brought by a few temple guards to the hangar, where they were presented with a ship that would take them from Coruscant into their future. We left off at the hangar in front of the ship. Those wondering at home, It is, if I have my notes, it would be great. Galactic lore, starships. There's a Corellian XS class light freighter. And it had a former name before the Jedi and the Republic took it into their service. It was Jate Kara, a Mandalorian term which means translated for luck or destiny. Yeah, destiny. It literally would translate to good stars, course to steer by. With all that said and done, the 2 Jedi Masters from the Council who called them waited for them at the ship and is prepared to wish them well on their mission. So we find them here, about to enter their mobile home for the time being. God, that sounds weird to say. You can't make that sound cool. You really can't. You can try.
Mobile home.
Like, you can't make it sound cool, but at the same time, you.
Yeah, like, I took a bit of the wind out of my own sails with that one. I feel bad. There's, like, no other way to say it. But no, this will be their home as they travel the galaxy on their mission. We find... Which Jedi were they again? I forgot who I wrote down, because, you know, I don't keep track of my own notes. No, I'm kidding, I do.
I was going to say, don't lie to us like that.
I definitely keep notes. No one needs to see my notes, but I definitely keep notes. You don't need to see my notes. Just know that I have. You just know that I have some.
Sure.
No, you don't need to see them because you'll be like, oh god, he has too many notes. Oh my god, why?
I'd honestly be disappointed if you didn't have too many notes.
Listen, the last time I ran a Star Wars game, I had no notes, and I realized that was the bad idea. I put myself in the bad place. I'm doing the exact opposite now, so it's fine. Yes, we have Jedi Master Bola. Why'd I have to pick a Wookiee? Bola and Usha Riral. Again, I had to pick the names that weren't human. They are awaiting you to send you off. I'm going to use... I'm not going to say the Wookiee's name as many times as I can. Usha comes forward to you and says, Bel, before you go, I wish you good fortune and may the Force be with you on this mission. I remember you were good at piloting, so I feel this would be something that you can handle.
I haven't seen one of these since I left Corellia, but I can give it a whirl.
I'm sure if you can't, some of the others here will be perfectly suited to guide you through the mechanics of things.
Hey DM.
Hey, what?
May I roll a piloting check to see if I do have like knowledge on how to fly this? Because I'm pretty sure Bel has flown quite a few, but I'm just wondering if Bel like is
familiar with that class.
Yeah,
I would say, and I'm giving you the option here, either do piloting or
law?
No, either I know it's gonna sound weird, either performance or piloting.
I can see where performance.
That's a stretch option, but if you're doing piloting, I'll accept piloting.
I'm definitely doing piloting.
Okay.
Definitely. First roll of the... God damn! Dirty 20.
Ooh. You are quite familiar. One of the first ships you learned how to fly on was this exact vessel.
Okay.
Obviously, it's been sometimes since you've flown one, but the joy of Corellian ships is that they are unique in every model, but they share enough of a overlap that if you learn one, you've kind of learned all of them. You just need to adapt to whatever variation you have. For example, like the Falcon and the Outrider, they're different types of YT freighters, but the setup is enough the same that anyone can fly it. You just have to learn the differences in like where things are placed.
Yeah, it's like each ship may have the same chassis and
Yeah.
mechanics and everything, but they have their own personality, which they kind of have to work out. Okay. In which case, Bel, anyone who's close by sees Bel, like, somehow you see Bel's cogs turning and he goes into captain mode and just goes, Ragnar, I'm sure with your disposition you are pretty good with weapons, so would you mind doing a weapons check once we get inside?
He'll give you a nod.
Thank you very much. Rane, can you do a basic ship's diagnostics?
Of course.
And Hesper, as you called shotgun, how are you with being a co-pilot?
Just gives a big old cheeky smile. I'm excellent.
Alrighty. It's been a while since I've flown one. I should be okay, but
And if you need us to get out of there fast, you've asked the right girl.
Noted. I'm sure you know a few shortcuts in the void of space as well.
For the sake of the moment, so that while you guys are talking, while you're all talking, Kyrie just kind of like skirts past all of you and just walks up the ramp into the ship, and you hear her say, "I'm claiming my room. First dibs, first call."
Fair.
And then you see her just disappear into the ship itself. You have no idea where she went. You just know that she's somewhere in there claiming a room.
Bel does like that, one finger point, just going, fair. All right. No time to dilly dally. Let's.
As you guys are preparing, Usha grabs your arm, Bel, and pulls you in close and goes, I'm just reminding you. We didn't tell you the mission on here because, remember, this is off the books. You will be told in transit. Try not to freak out when you are told everything.
Bel kind of like leans in. Am I expected to freak out?
I remember how you are about your ships, so I'm just saying don't freak out.
Thank you for the warning, Usha.
Of course. They will turn to the rest of you. Again, I wish you all well. May the Force be with you. When your mission is concluded, contact us and we will inform you of anything you need to know, as well as debrief, so that you can feel not only the success of your mission, but the knowledge that you will be paid handsomely for your actions. The Republic cannot thank you enough, nor can the Jedi. The Republic would have sent someone to see you off, however, they didn't wish to be associated in case someone is present. So this is the best we can give you.
It's enough under the radar.
Agreed.
All right. I'm sure Bel turns towards Hesper, and Hesper's already gone to the ship, just like
She's already she's neumed straight into the co-pilot seat.
Just because I want to know, Hesper, roll a stealth to see if you actually were able to like get past everyone and just leave like a smoke outline of yourself. I just want to see how well Hesper was like, bye-bye.
Absolutely. Oh, I forgot that.
I love the sound of all the dice rolling around as Hesper
took
looks.
out all of my dice, and I had them laid out nicely, and now they're all screwed up. Okay.
Again, I just love the sound of all the dice going like a little tumbler.
She rolled really low, so 6. So she's she's done like the obvious sneaking.
I would say that Bel only doesn't notice you because he's mid conversation, but the others watch you just kind of be like, cool, 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 cool. He's talking, and I'm gone. That kind of like, mom and dad aren't watching. I'm gonna go look at the stuff on these shelves,
And I'm gonna go.
I'm not on a leash. I'm gone. Hesper. Bleh. Ragnar and Rane, do you two enter the ship casually, or do you wait for Bel before entering?
Rane would definitely enter the ship just casually, not really waiting for someone to say you're good to enter the ship. She would just, as soon as she gets an order to check the diagnostics, she would head inside.
Okay. What did remind me, because like we just did like a bunch of stuff. What did Bel ask you to do really quick?
Run a diagnostics checks on the ship just to see if anything is hunky-dory.
Okay, for that, I would like you to roll me 3 technology rolls.
On a D20?
Yes. It would be under your intelligence. Excuse me. You're doing like a turn it off and turn it back on moment.
A 20, a 6, and a 13.
Okay, the first roll is the 20.
Yep.
Not only does everything work, but it's very clear that the Jedi Order like retrofitted a bunch of systems on this thing to make it run better. These are generally freighters used by smugglers, transport of any kind of like large quantity. So like clearly when the Jedi got a hold of this, they put funds into making this thing work for what they want it to work for. What were the other 2? 6 and a what?
13.
Thank you. The 13, some things, no matter how much money you throw into, an old car is an old car. Unfortunately, just like, you got a junker sometimes. Like, you notice that like some of the panels, they're clearly, the panels are all on the walls where they need to be, but like, it is very clear that this thing needs a lot more money to make it spanking new looking again. For the 6, you notice that the in the galley, the ice cream machine is broken.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Come on now. All right.
Not Mickey D's. Come on.
No. This is like the chopped ice cream machine. This thing ain't working.
Dang. Ray kind of looks at it and is like, of course it's not working.
Meanwhile, the entire party, this is the big BBEG, isn't it? It's the ice cream machine.
Vox Machina has doors, we have the ice cream machine.
But yeah, once she kind of does the diagnostics and everything, she starts to look around for a room, and starts to kind of just learn the ins and outs of the ship. That way she can kind of figure out what's the best place to store things, what's the best place to like hide things if she needs to, or if the party needs to, and kind of just is doing little snoopings.
All right. Well, while you guys are all thinking of what you're doing, I forget, did I put in the group chat what the ship looks like interior-wise, or am I misremembering that?
No.
No, you did. You did.
I did?
You did?
Where?
Should I just do it again? That way everyone can feel like they are not losing their mind?
This is the kind of player I am. I have a folder for Bel, and that folder includes the ship outside and interior.
You have the interior?
I do. I can send it.
Put it in the group chat if you can, somewhere, so that everyone can see it.
I'll put it in general.
Yeah, that works. Whatever. Good. That's the one I was looking for. Okay, good. All right. So while you guys are all coming onto the ship, you guys come up the ramp, which is near the docking ring. For those for those at home, you can look up the image, because I don't want to fucking fidget with OBS on this one. Too many images, not enough time. The docking ring also is next to the loading ramp for you guys. Right off the left side is a med bay. It's adequate for a freighter. Enough space for someone to get treatment if needed, privacy while being treated. Off to the right of the loading ramp, the docking ramp, is the lounge. Pretty spacious. Got 2 couches, a hollow table in the center, and a bunch of other assortment things for just amenities. The back of the ship is the engine room. We have 2 massive engines as well as a hyperdrive unit. Near the engines is the crew quarters. While the image shows a bunch of bunk beds, I'm going to say that instead it's a one door that leads to a bunch of separate doors, so you guys can have personal rooms, because I'm not going to make you all share like one space. That could be rude. Coming out of the crew quarters and continuing around clockwise is the cargo hold. This being a modular smuggler vessel. This part has been very, very expanded, custom built. It has the main part as well as I don't want to say a dip, but a lower part to have an add-on, which is massive for things like a speeder bike, shit ton more cargo, whatever you need to store. After you come out of there, continue around the thing, is the galley. Pretty decent sized group table so everyone can eat together. We got a refresher, we got a fridge, storage, and enough food to last you 2 to 3 months. Coming out of there, continuing down clockwise, you guys see the captain's quarters. Bel, you are thankful that Kyrie has not claimed the captain's quarters.
Bella's going to claim that before anyone else.
Okay. The only difference for those wondering is the captain's quarters just has a little bit more space. Other than that, the other rooms are the exact same. And the captain's quarters are closer to the cockpit. That's the really only difference.
Yeah.
The cockpit is a rounded squarish. I know that sounds so hypocritical, but it is like a roundish square space with 2 chairs in the front for the pilot and the co-pilot, 2 chairs behind them for either passengers or anyone helping. Between the cockpit and the rest of the ship, there's a space that has a bunch of computers for things like hyperdrive, targeting, ship diagnostics, more or less, any other technology that is related to the ship's upkeep. If you are in the middle, not the middle, like you've come around and you're outside the cockpit area, there is a turret access. For those who've watched Star Wars, like the Millennium Falcon, there is a dorsal and ventral turret. You climb up or down a ladder to reach them, and the turrets do the spinny thing like you're in a computer chair. They're fun. There is also a remote control turret that can only be used in the cockpit, so the pilots would have found that out. And I think that's the general consensus. If anyone has questions about the ship, they can ask while they're perusing.
Ragnar
Is
will
the
do
map bay at
those.
least?
Whoa,
Sorry, dude.
Sorry, both of you just started talking at once. What was that, Ragnar?
He'll wait for Bel to get on the ship and follow behind him, and then proceed with the weapons check.
Okay. Bel, you were saying?
Bell was actually going to wait for Ragnar.
Oh, okay.
Kind of being like, Ragnar can see that Bell's trying to remember where everything is, but also just trying to adapt to what's here, what's different, and trying to make educated guesses as to where they could be if it's not in the place that he remembers.
That makes sense.
Mainly in the cockpit. Points to the computers at the back of the cockpit and go, I believe here you can get a quick diagnostics of the weapons and ammunition count, also just general armaments, and see what we have. How are you with mechanically looking after weapons of any size?
Yeah, stat-wise, that'd be your intelligence technology.
Yeah. He'll walk over to the computer and he'll try to give it like a basic check, just to see if he could pull up the information about what kind of turrets he's dealing with.
Okay. Just roll a technology, because to see if you understand everything that's on the screen.
Yeah. That is a dirty 20.
Yeah, so far everyone's doing good for the most
Noise.
part. So what you find is you learn about the turrets, the ventral and dorsal. Pull up the actual stats so that we can have more detailed answer instead of me just going blah 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 blah. I gave you some information last week, but just so everyone knows now. Specifically, you have 2 Sonavir arms HSG-67 laser cannons, dorsal and ventral. You have a port side laser cannon controlled from the cockpit. You have missile batteries, port and starboard mounted. It's not weapons, but it comes up as you're doing a diagnostic. You learn the ship has 1 escape craft. Cargo capacity for this specific ship is 10 to 15 metric tons. Everyone in the room who's just doing like, wait, that's a lot.
Yep.
That's a haul. As I mentioned, the galley is stocked 2 to 3 months worth of consumables, depending on the crew size. This was accounted for 7 people, so it's 2 to 3 months for 7 people. You also learn that this ship was originally owned by a smuggler that died during a mission, and the Jedi and Republic snatched the ship up instead of letting it go into like disrepair and all that. So that being
Does it
said,
have the smuggler's name?
it was actually scrubbed from all the records. All that's left is the original name, which the Jedi Masters told you last week, but for those who don't remember,
Yeah.
if you guys wished, you can change it. This would be your chance to change it now, unless you want to keep it as the original name. But that would be a group decision, not a one-person decision.
Yeah.
Some other things, because again, we're looking at specs. The maximum atmosphere speed is 950 kilometers per hour. For those who need translation, very fast. It's about 101 meters long, 88 meters wide, and 27 meters tall. Class 1 hyperdrive, and it is equipped with military-grade shielding.
Oh, damn.
Thanks to the Jedi. The Navi computer is the most up-to-date, and unlike its bog standard counterpart, this one has a modified armored hull. Though it's not said if the Jedi improved it or if this was a pre-acquisition update. Because smugglers do update their ships, so it could have gone either way.
Yeah. I should be able to find what we need.
Good to know. I leave them in your very capable hands. Hesper is or is in the cockpit.
She is currently in the cockpit and looking at all of the like buttons and things. She's looking at the hyperdrive. She's looking at the guns. She's looking at like everything.
Are you spinning?
She's
in the
going,
chair?
okay. She's already like calculating, if I need to get out of here fast, I'll know exactly where everything is. So she's studying this thing, like, so she'll know it like the back of her hand.
Roll for me a piloting check.
Ooh.
Also, I'm just picturing Hesper spinning in the chair like a child.
That's a natural. It's a natural 19.
Okay. While you didn't,
Let's see. Hold on.
Right.
21 total.
Okay. While you haven't flown one of these before, you definitely have flown ships with a familiar setup. So while you're looking around, you're able to like piece together some familiar like system combinations that worked in the past for you on other ships, as well as learned, oh, this is better than what I flew last time, so I don't have to do as much. You also notice under the co-pilot section is a bag of snacks. like in a hidden like a glove box area.
What kind? Because she's like,
let's see what kind are you getting? They are Corellian blueberries. And the
Fair play.
The pouch is about like maybe the size of like a PlayStation controller sized. Like its length.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And before you ask, yes, they are fresh.
Sweet.
It is a fresh container. You're not going to open spoiled blueberries. I'm not that mean. You rolled high. If you rolled low, I'd
By
been
the
like, they are
time-
spoiled.
By the time that Belle comes back into the cockpit, like to see where the heck Hesper went, she's already gone, like, got it, and has now spun in her chair, eating the Corellian blueberries, just spinning.
My brain is picturing when Grogu was spinning the chair while Din was talking to what's his name, and just going, whoa.
Grief.
Well, yeah, and he's just in Din's like, can you stop? He's like, no, spin. It was only spin.
I feel like it's continually spinning,
It's spinning just enough
like
where
at a
it's not,
consistent pace, like just enough where it's like,
and it's not going so fast that you're getting dizzy. It's just like, okay,
no,
you're just leaning to let
like
it
wow,
continue.
this is spinning for a while.
Yeah. And it's also not squeaking or creaking. It's just a good
No.
even spin.
Yep.
Belle, what do you think of the cockpit?
Belle's looking around and just going, all right, this is not too different from what I've flown, so we're good. All right.
Hesper's gonna go, there's a hyperdrive. She's just gonna point out all the things that she's noticed. I'm not smart enough to know what spaceships do, so she's just gonna go, that's that, and that's that, and that's that, and that's that, all while she's spinning. And that's over there, and that's over there. Any questions?
No.
Oh.
Can I? You gonna share?
Want some?
Wait, are those Corellian?
Yeah.
Hand just woof. Belle kind of like turns, and you can see him like fiddling with. Because I actually did research this because I'm that kind of a nerd. Keldor do eat.
Yes,
They do have to take off their mask and their rebreather,
they do.
but in short doses.
Yep, they got to be quick. They got to be like scarf reattach.
You do see like Belle kind of.
The snap hiss of the pressure is like heard briefly.
It's like, but then you hear where you see Belle actually get shy and sheepish, and turn away and just go. Oh, I've missed those. Those are good.
Just, and they're fresh too, which surprised me.
I'm glad. Otherwise, you don't want to eat a spoiled blueberry.
They ferment very, very strongly.
Yep. They you will know about it. You will know about it at the end of the day.
Mhm.
They'll clean your hyperdrive without question if they ferment.
Hesper, after spinning on the chair, like crisscross her legs and like leans forward and goes, "So where are you from?"
Originally from Corellia.
Nice.
But then I got taken to the Jedi Temple when I was young.
So you became a Jedi.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Like deadpan, just. Yep.
You don't look like a Jedi anymore, though.
Nope.
What the ferric is up with that?
Stuff happened.
Okay. Just again.
I love the power move of like, what's up with that?
Using my own game against me. I see. Touche.
That was a very clever. That was a clever power play. I love it.
while Bel was talking, he was definitely like checking the main pilot, seeing the ignition sequences, and just getting his feel of the land, while also taking a note of, okay, she said it's there. She said it's there.
She's spinning and flipping on things.
Right. Is that like a tannoy system of the ship?
I'm sorry, what? Oh,
Is that
like a speaker?
Tannoy? Yeah.
Okay. Yes, there is.
Belle's gonna find it and be like, "Is that it? Nope. Is that it?" And like,
Roll a
d20.
d20.
Oof! I was gonna be like, that's it. Nope. Feedback.
Again, roll a d20.
6.
It takes you 5 attempts to find it.
Is
One
that
of-
one? Shit.
One of them almost activates the missile launchers, and Hesper has to quickly stop that.
Oh, whoa.
Whoop. Sorry.
Whoa. That's the missile launchers.
There is
Noted.
Hesper's face does
Careful.
kind of have the "Did you not just listen to everything I just said?" Like-
Ragnar pokes his head in for just a second because he heard something activate. Like,
Continues to spin.
Ragnar's just outside and he
Ragnar
hears.
just goes,
Again, Ragnar's just outside. And he hears all that. And he's probably like, "Can we not die like before we've even left the hangar, please?" I'm getting the vibe. Even Ragnar's like, "Are you sure you're a pilot?"
he in his head. He goes, "I'm gonna die up here."
It's been a while since I've flown one of these things. Bear with me.
The second and third attempt, all you're doing really is just flipping other switches, and it's like activating different key systems. One of them locks the steering yoke, so you got to unlock it again.
Son of a.
The final one finally does activate the speakers. However, because you did roll low, as you said, there's going to be a feedback, and the entire ship hears that loud. I don't want to say like static, but it's that high pitched ringing that sounds like you have tinnitus.
Oh, is it when you put a mic to speaker?
Yeah, it's that type of feedback.
ugh.
It's very momentary, but everyone definitely heard it.
Just ow, sorry.
And you realize immediately
Sorry.
the reason it happened was because your other hand was on the ship's comlink.
Oh,
So you activated both communications at the same time.
shit.
Again, Hesper's just watching you. Very
You spin me right round, baby, right round. But she's doing like the ballet head turn thing where she is turning, but she keeps like
snapping
knocking her head.
Yeah, snapping it
on
only
it.
at the last second.
Yeah.
I would feel so judged if I was in his place right now. Not even gonna lie. I'd be like, I'm gonna leave.
Oh, trust me, he does feel judged.
Good.
He's like, I'm a good pilot, and I nearly just killed everyone, blew up the Jedi Temple. And they're going over renovations, so yeah, that would have been great.
They can buff it out.
It's not like it has been burnt multiple times before.
At this point, history only twice.
Over the ship Tannoy, Bel will say, Rane, how's the ship's diagnostics looking?
Rane will walk over and kind of pop her head in and be like, good news is we're good to fly. Bad news is we don't have an ice cream machine.
Oh!
I can't, and I don't know how to fix it. I can't get it to fix, so we're just not going to be able to have ice cream. But I know how to make uji cake, so we're good. I'm just saying we don't have ice cream.
Ah.
I can already feel Ragnar quitting. He's like, if I don't get ice cream, what's the point? Came for ice cream, man.
He's
That's
just
the only thing.
gripping that computer just a little harder, and you just hear it.
You feel it? Just looks at me. We'll get ice cream eventually. Just we don't have a machine for it. It's okay. We're gonna get some though.
I'm gonna be that DM. Do you want to roll a strength check to see if you actually do bend the metal?
We'll see if we bend metal. I don't want to break it, at least.
Well, that's what I'm
But-
saying. The check would be to see how controlled you are in your
Yeah.
grip.
Let's see. So just a strength,
Yeah,
straight strength.
Just a strength check, not a save.
Okay. 17.
Because the four of you are all within like earshot. You do hear a slight metal bend noise, but immediately it stops after it starts, and you're like, "What was that?" And Ragnar clearly looks down, like, "Oh shit." It's like that when I found it.
Does Rane see it? Like see him do it, or does she just hear it?
Roll a perception or investigation, whichever you prefer.
Well, either way, it was a
Just don't tell me which.
I think let's see. A 5.
It takes you a minute, like a good minute, to find out what the noise was, but once you notice it, you're just like, yeah, I'm not gonna say shit. It's not. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see anything.
Got it.
You don't want your brother to feel bad enough as it is.
Yeah. Like, you know what? This anyway. But yeah, but everything else looks good. We're good. We're good to go.
All right.
Oh, for those watching at home, because I said I was gonna say it. Rane, not Rane. Bleh. Bombyx and Kyrie are in their quarters. At the moment, Sami is like walking around the ship, taking it all in, and once settled, we'll go into her quarters and meditate for the time, for a little bit to adjust to the fact that they're going somewhere without their master. Not exactly the day Sami expected when she woke up.
You. Running through the ignition sequences, Bel will say to them, "All right, guess we're off. Hold on tight, I suppose."
With a bit of waiting for such an older vessel to get its legs stretched again, the vessel does eventually lift off and leave the hangar. The view from the cockpit, for those of you who decided to remain as you left, you're watching Coruscant during its twilight hours. That burnt orange gleaming off all the surfaces of the buildings, reflecting back at you. The occasional lens flare effect, because the sun hits just the right spot on these windows. You see the Jedi Temple below. You see the Senate building. You see many parts of Coruscant whisk by. While many of you were not here for long, there is a bit of, not bittersweet, but strangeness in leaving. You may have came here for your own personal reasons, but you are definitely leaving together for a shared goal. And while that relationship will take time to build, this moment of leaving together is the first step of that. Once you've cleared the atmosphere, the sky lanes of uncountable speeders and vehicles left behind, you can see dozens of ships coming in as well as leaving the system. Bel and Hesper, you can both give me a piloting roll to prepare the ship to make the jump away from Coruscant.
Were we given jump coordinates?
That's why you're rolling.
Oh shit.
17.
17, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
19.
Okay. Just making sure. Twins, are you both in the cockpit area, or did you go off slinking to your own spaces really quick?
Rane went back to her room.
Okay. Ragnar?
Ragnar will stay in the cockpit.
Okay, for the three of you, what are your passive perceptions?
Not great.
That's a great question.
9.
So we have a 9.
13.
Okay. And what's Bel's?
17.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, my dice do like me. The two of you are preparing everything to make the jump. Bel, you finally got, back into the swing of things. Hesper, you're right back into like piloting mode, as if you never stopped at all. Memories of traveling with your parents come to you. Bel, the joys of flying with your crew.
What are you doing in my swamp?
The sweet, sweet sounds of Sami meditating can be heard. As the three of you are watching space before you, you hear a faint whisper behind you three. Do any of you three fucking know where you're going?
I am so sorry.
No,
I
you are
keep forgetting.
you are very good. Welcome in, Sami. For the record, that was not
everybody.
Sami asking those three if they knew where they were going. This is someone completely different. Sami just happened to be
Okay.
perfectly timed. It was
Thank
perfect.
God. Because I'm out of breath right now.
No, you are fine. As of right now, Sami is in her room meditating because my first mission and my master's not coming. Fuck.
Yep, she's just a little stressed.
Just a little bit. It's fine.
Just a little.
But yeah, the three of you, Ragnar, Hesper, and Bel, heard someone who you definitely do not recognize the voice of just behind you asking, do any of you know where the fuck you three are going?
Hesper turns around. Who the fuck is talking?
Yeah, no, very much the same as Bel, just like, who in the criff?
So
Ragnar draws his blaster.
Oh, okay.
Not the big one.
No, I know.
You watch a little one pop out, and it's
Roll
I imagine it's like revolver style.
roll
Kinda
me
like
roll me a sleight of hand. Like, are you able to draw this quickly enough before they react?
That is a natural 20.
Let's go.
Damn. You
Yep.
Do you want to feel really good, Ragnar? You beat it by 1.
Wow.
You beat their dex roll by 1. As you go to draw, Ragnar sees this before the other two do, because you guys are trying to focus on keeping the ship how it should be. You get your gun and draw first, but they have one aimed right at Bel's head. But they notice they drew slower, so they're kind of like, okay, we're cool. Slowly pulls the gun away from Bel's head and, like, pulls the finger away from the trigger.
Ragnar puts his hand out to take it. Not just waiting for them to give it to him.
Yep. Ragnar, what you see is a young human woman with clearly dyed, rusty red hair, green eyes, dark complexion, wearing what best can be described as a sleeveless V-neck shirt with Obi-style pants and a pair of lifted sandals.
The way Zack just leaned in with the angry look, are we getting Ragnar lore?
By the way, guys, we're meeting Ragnar and Rane's mom right now. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
It's episode 2.
You had me first. I was like so ready. I was like, okay.
No.
I forgot where we were at. I thought it was somebody else. Please continue.
But no, this is a short young woman, clearly like early 20s. But she has the fierce, determined face of someone who is like a seasoned fighter. She spins the blaster to like grab the barrel and hands it to you slowly. But she keeps her eyes deadlocked on you, trying to like peer through the visor to see what is going on underneath it. Her hands go back to being raised and goes, "You're gonna put that away, or am I gonna be not allowed to live anymore?"
He sets her gun behind him and he'll put his blaster back in the holster.
Once you do that, she slowly, and I mean very slowly, because you drew your gun very fast, puts her hands down. Her face softens a little bit, and she kind of just taps your armor like on the chest, like knocking it. Not for nothing, you're a big guy. I didn't think you could move that fast. You'll definitely do. Sits down behind Bel in the back chairs and looks at the three of you. So yeah, I'm gonna ask again, do the three of you know where the fuck you guys are going, or are you just kind of hoping take a joyride?
Bitch, for you.
I'm your contractor.
Well, it would have been nice if you said hello and introduced yourself first.
I figured I'd see how you guys all handled the ship. I didn't want to just, The Jedi found you all, so I assumed that you were worth their time. I was a little intimidated by the fact that I saw 2 Mandalorians. Don't see them often. And when I do, it's not exactly a good thing. No offense. I will admit, I kind of expected a few more Jedi. 1 is not bad, though. 1 will help. Immediately, though, before any of you can say anything, she extends a hand to Hesper only. Name's Vina Finale. How you doing?
Gives a real tight handshake.
As you squeeze, she squeezes back.
Mm-hmm.
Roll a strength. I want to see which one of you has the more,
She rolled pretty darn low.
To be fair, so did Vina.
8 total?
Okay, we got about the same.
Okay.
So it's a fair shake. You guys aren't squeezing to break each other's hands, but you're definitely that whole, I can do this too.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? She eventually lets go and says, okay, cool. But yeah, no, I'm the contractor, whichever you want to call. Yeah, you guys are here to help save my world.
So you're one she told me not to freak out about.
Yeah, something about how did she phrase it? Diplomatic things don't always go someone's way.
Uh-huh.
I'm hoping you don't go diplomacy, but that's just me. I'm deferring to the experts here. You guys save my world. I don't care how it's done. I just want it done.
What is it exactly?
Oh, right. I probably should just inform all of you, shouldn't I? Because I don't want to tell the story multiple times, huh?
1 moment. Hits the tunnel system the correct way this time.
Both Ragnar and Hesper stare at you as you do to be like...
Could everyone please make it to the cockpit? We have a meeting.
Before you turn the thing off, Vina says, actually, head to the lounge. It's going to be easier to go that way. Can use a bit of visual aids. So all those who are not in the cockpit hear a woman that none of you recognize speaking after Bel.
Does this break me out of my meditation?
How deep would you say you were meditating?
I'd say since baby girl's kind of anxious, she probably tried to do a deep meditation just to ground herself.
Roll a wisdom.
Okay.
We'll see how we'll see how long you were able to slip in, because it's been about maybe 45 minutes since you guys got on the ship.
I just rolled a nat 20.
Oh shit!
God. That's a total of 22.
So, damn, that's a good.
That die is cursed now.
That's a good roll, though. That's a good roll for meditating.
That's it. That's a good roll for meditating. That's probably my only nat 20 tonight.
So you know that feeling where You lay down to go to sleep, and you get into that perfect spot first try.
Mm-hmm.
Sami was able to do that meditating-wise.
I like to think she has, like, she knows how to, like, immediately get into meditation.
She does. The other thing, though, is, like, you found the room. You found that it's a private room, so you're able to be like, okay, I can lock the door. I can shut everything out. No one's going to bother me. I can actually let my my guard down for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Can I interrupt for just 1 second to ask how you spell her name?
Oh, yeah, that would be great if I did that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Listen,
Would.
I always forget that, like, you know, I have my notes and you guys can't see my notes, which, thank God, because you guys can't know shit. That's the NPC.
Listen,
in the general
dude,
chat.
you told us to take our own notes.
No.
Out.
And the GM in me is loving that because, like, dear God, I appreciate that.
I am writing them down, motherfucker.
Listen, I appreciate it. I did put in the general chat how to spell her name.
Thank you.
Oh, I got her first name correct, not her last name though. Close enough.
I did say it very quickly, so I'll take the ownership of how it was spelled versus
When
not.
is when.
Yeah. But yeah, you're able to get into a deep meditation. However, thanks to your master being a very exceptional teacher on this, you were able to learn how to reach a deep state of meditation, but also be pulled out when needed without it disrupting anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like those people who can nap and actually wake up on the time they say they want to wake up without an alarm. For those people out there who can do that, for those of you who can do that out there, how does it feel to live my life, like my dream? How does that feel? Tell me in the comments. How nice is it?
Yeah.
I take a nap. I feel like I slept for 20 years. Not in the good way.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Sami, you do come out of it hearing a voice that you definitely don't recognize.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem a bit bossy, so you're like, oh, who the fuck is this bitch?
Okay. Yeah, Sami will just get up from wherever she sat down to meditate. Definitely make sure she has her lightsaber on her because new person, who dis? How did she not sense them when she got on the ship? That's weird.
Because you rolled high, this will be a easy answer. Sami's accounting for the fact that she was so stressed about the mission. She may have missed another body, thinking you were in the hangar. There was a lot of Jedi technicians.
Yeah.
One extra person nearby wasn't going to be strange. You didn't think, wait.
That they would be on the ship.
Yeah, your brain was just thinking it could literally be one of the technicians before we left.
Yeah.
Doesn't make you any less comfortable that someone else is on board.
And she'll clip her saber to her utility belt and meet out in the lounge area that Vina wants us all to meet up.
All right. Rane, how do you react to the who the fuck is this?
Oh, so she definitely grabs her pistol. And she kind of just has it like in her hand. She doesn't have it drawn or anything like that. But she kind of, I wouldn't say she arrives late to the party, but she definitely saunters in. Like she's not in any way, shape, or form hurrying to this meeting.
Okay.
She's like, I don't know who this is. I don't know who they think they are and why they have that attitude, but I'm gonna take my time and do what I want.
No, that's fair. You guys all find that Bombyx and Kyrie are the first in there. Bombyx has a bowl of snacks, and Kyrie is just kind of like in the corner watching very suspiciously over the fact that someone new is amongst you. Sami, you enter next to find them, as well as coming from the cockpit, Bel, Hesper, new person, Ragnar, with it very clear he is not drawing a weapon on her, but if a bitch makes a move, he ain't gonna stop himself.
They both reached for the gun.
Funnily enough, they did.
Yeah.
I guess
I can already see the TikTok edits being made.
Right.
Right.
Fuck, I have to learn how to animate now.
Seriously, that's like, if I could animate, this would be an animated thing, like out the gate. I would be animating over our audio. Anyway, guys all gather. Bel, do you feel comfortable turning your back to this woman again, or are you going to keep an eye out now?
Oh no! Bel's back is up against the eyes trained.
Once was enough.
Once was enough.
Okay. Hesper.
The fact that she introduced herself with a blaster to the back of Bel's head. Yeah, no. I'm okay with that.
Hesper, are you still munching on those blueberries, or did you navigate to no? This is serious time. Blueberries can wait.
She's got eyes narrowed. She's still like slowly munching, but it's like the try me bitch.
Okay, it's the
kind of look.
intimidating snacking.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. You guys are all gathered. Vina is quick to go to the center of the room where the hologram table is. Starts inputting some things. Takes out a what are they called? The like the data sticks. Slides it in. And immediately the hologram projects from the table a planet with 12 moons. Yes, 12 moons. Had to make sure my notes. And immediately looks around to all of you. What do you all know about the outer rim?
Hold on. I'm pulling up my Star Wars map.
What was that, Hesper?
Technically, I'm from the Outer Rim?
Yes, you are. You are definitely from the Outer Rim.
Okay, I was like, wait, Batu is the Outer Rim.
It is the outer rim.
Okay, cool.
Batu is if the sticks if the sticks had sticks, that's Batu.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
Sometimes
Oh, sorry.
I doubt my Star Wars knowledge.
You are good. What was that?
Go ahead, Paige.
Sammy?
Is Ryloth Outer Rim or Mid Rim?
It is Outer Rim.
Okay, so Sami was born on Ryloth, so she knows Ryloth is her birth planet, so she knows that's in the Outer Rim. That's kind of the extent of her knowledge.
Okay.
Mandalore's Outer Rim.
Mandalore, I would say, yeah, it's edge of the mid and the outer. It's like on the boundary. So you guys would know some of the Outer Rim. And what about Bel, the galactic slut who just traveled the stars?
You don't have to call me out like that.
Okay, fine. You're not a slut. You're community based.
Not for very long. I would definitely say being a mercenary pilot, a lot of the jobs are in the Outer Rim.
Plus Jedi experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say fairly well too.
Okay. For now, Kyrie will be like from Nar Shaddaa, and Bombyx will just give a very suspicious and unhelpful, I know some things. So Vina is just like, good. That saves me time on explaining how the territories work. So most of you all know that the Outer Rim isn't exactly safeguarded as the core is. We don't have the benefits that you guys all have living in the laps of luxury. I come from this world. It's called Gall. It is a moon orbiting this gas giant here, Jar. It is spelled Gall and Zhar, for those who are taking notes. For those of you who are quick on your science knowledge, yes, Jar is a Tabana world. We are good at harvesting it and selling it. That's kind of our problem. After the Mandalorian Wars, the Republic needed a new source of Tabana because Bespin was knocked out. Vina glances over at both of you, Ragnar, and Rane goes, somebody thought it'd be a good idea to take a fleet to the Republic's Tabana harvesting facilities there. Thankfully, worlds like mine got to coop the losses. However, in the century since, while that's been great for business while Bespin gets on their feet, it also has kind of made us the target for those who like to fuck around. Specifically, the hologram changes from the world to a figure. It takes a minute to flicker into like how it's supposed to look. You guys are now looking at a human male. He looks like he would be about the same height as Vina. He wears fine black clothing, like a suit jacket and everything. Also wearing very rounded black sunglasses. His hair is shaggy and messy, and it looks like it's very graying, like he's clearly aging. This man here is Jafan Melnow. I'm putting the name in the chat, don't worry.
Thank you.
Jafan Melnow. He is my problem, soon to be your problem. He's a crime boss who thought he could make it big on Gall. Him and his people have unfortunately taken the city, as well as the harvesting station over the planet of Jar, and is forcing my people to harvest the Tabana and ship it off so he can profit. I barely got off world to go for help. The Republic wants a steady supply of Tabana. That doesn't break the bank, so they said they would send you guys. The Jedi do not want another crime boss getting into a position that could challenge the Hutts. Because the last thing we need is a crime syndicate war over Tabana. After that, Vina kind of turns the hologram off and just looks around. Any questions so far?
So are we just killing this guy, or what's the actual plan here? What would you like us to do?
Just so this is an off-table answer, not an on-table. The Jedi told you the mission would be to recon and decide what the best option would be.
Right, yeah.
Vina, however, says, I don't know what the Jedi told you, I wasn't in the room, but my honest answer, you liberate my people, I don't care how you do it. This has been going on for 5 years now.
Noted.
You can only imagine how it's been. And you can only imagine how worse it'll get if it is allowed to continue.
How many people does he have?
She turns to the hologram for a minute, stares at the hologram of Jafan, and you can tell that she's like thinking before answers. A couple scores of foot soldiers, but you are going to be worried more about these four. She keys in a few things, and the holograms, 4 new holograms are added. A Wookiee, a human, a Bothan, and a Twi'lek. She points to...
Are these...
Go ahead.
Sorry,
No, you're
off
fine.
table. Are these like his 4 top brass?
Yes. She points to the Wookiee and goes, "This is Gratchadar." Again, I'll put the names when I get done the little monologue. Gratchadar comes from a place with too many A's, too many Y's, and I do not know how to say the planet. This bastard is... It would take a gladiator ring full of warriors to take him down unless you know what you're doing. I have watched him slaughter too many of my people when they first arrived and not even get a scratch. Goes to the human next. This is Kor Vondar. He's apparently a Mandalorian who left his clan due to dishonorable deeds. Whatever that means, I don't know what is considered dishonorable for a Mandalorian. He is now Jafan's bodyguard and protector, and sometimes he's an enforcer. Of the 4, he's probably the least of a threat to the people, for he doesn't leave Jafan's side. Next, she goes to the Twi'lek. This is Mafena. The arrogance of this one towards my people is, well, he could be on trial for things other than just his cruelty. He killed my parents in front of me and my grandfather. So, you putting him out would be a service for me personally. Then goes to the Bothan. This one, my grandfather said, was a former Bothan spy. Apparently he served during the Dark Wars, and something happened after that that made him betray his people and go into this type of war. And now I will send you guys all the names so you can spell all that.
Thank you. Did the Bothan person have a name at all? Or
Yeah,
did Vina not name them?
Vina is naming them now because she
Okay.
realized afterwards, and she's like, yeah, his name is Trisk Laya Trey.
Gotcha.
And all of you notice that while she's speaking, there is that sense of like, when you're trying to be strong, you're trying to be like stone tough, you're trying to like preserve a sense of like stoicism and like strength, but there is a shakiness in her voice that changes intensity depending on which one she was talking about.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't even need to like use sense emotion to feel what she's feeling.
Sami, the Force is doing that whole thing of like, we would help, but like, you got this one. Don't even need us for this.
Yeah. Empathy mode is in overdrive right now. She's feeling everything.
If the Force was personified, you'd see it in a chair with a newspaper going, oh, no, you got this one.
You got this.
We're not needed.
Mm-hmm.
Just a clarification.
Yes.
Gall is
it's the moon for
planet.
Jacques.
Okay.
It's a terrestrial moon. And in the general chat is the name, the spellings.
Thank you so much. Yep. And I'll share this all to player notes at the end of the session.
Yep. She does take a moment to look at the twins again. I don't mean to be offensive if I was about him and you two. I do not assume you guys are like him, but again, you two have to know, like, to non-Mandalorians, you guys can have reputation.
There's just a real deep sadness, or not quite sadness, but just, I think realization is a bigger term for Ragnar.
The epiphany.
Yeah.
Rane, I think at that would shift, kind of just like almost as if she's like uncomfortable in her own skin, but will cross her arms, still holding her pistol, but it's clearly like she doesn't have her finger on the trigger or anything like that. She's just got it as like a kind of security.
Yeah.
And kind of leans against the wall as if like there's a guard up, but she's at least listening to what she has to say.
Yeah. Also, just to remind you too, she does clarify that this one is a dishonored Mandalorian, so that could be some comfort to you that she's not like assuming all of you are like that, but she is like, if he was bad enough for you guys to kick him out, what does that say about him?
Yeah.
That being said, technically you two were kicked out, so it's like, what'd this fucker do? Also, Sami, she doesn't give any kind of like negativity towards you when mentioning the Twi'lek, but you can tell there is that sense of like, this fucker killed my parents. She is able to differentiate that it is not to translate to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Sami would kind of empathize with Vina a bit because she also has no parents.
Yep.
But also just feels like a deep sense of sorrow at hearing that a person so cruel could have done this to Vina. Like she's gone from being very wary of this woman to like almost immediately empathizing and sympathizing with her. Call that good emotional intelligence or naivete, but that's how Sammy's feeling right now.
Yeah, call him A, call him B.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that you kind of, unlike most of the party, you can kind of literally feel the stuff coming off her.
Oh yeah.
So you're kind of like, she's not faking it.
The pains of being a more force-focused Jedi is you constantly feel the force
Mm-hmm.
and the emotions of others around you.
And you're definitely feeling this.
Mm-hmm.
But does anyone have any off-table questions about the planet while I have the notes on it up, or are you guys gonna just be like, we'll get to that when we get to that? Because I did just dump a whole shit of lore on that world, so that's why I was like, did anyone need anything repeated? Anything like elaborated on?
Who was the one who killed Vina's?
The Twi'lek.
Where's the Twi'lek?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Methena.
Methena.
Got it.
So, Gall in particular is a Tabana farming planet.
Jar is the Tabana gas giant. The people who live on Gall harvest the Tabana, process it, and ship it out.
Okay,
So the mines themselves are going to be on the planet Jar, and just all the workers live on Gall.
It's a gas giant, so think like Jupiter. They're kind of just like harvesting the gas off the, yeah. So thankfully there's no actual tunnel mines like a dungeon. It's just a picture if we actually found a way to harvest the gas from Jupiter.
Mm-hmm. It kind of reminds
Okay,
me... Kind of reminds me from the expanded universe books about how they started mining for ores on Yavin's gas giant.
Yep, exactly like that, actually. I forget if Yavin had Tabana, but it was definitely exactly like that.
It wasn't Tabana that they had. It was some sort of crystal that was floating within the gas.
Yeah, it was a solidified version of the gas due to the pressures of the... yeah, okay, I remember what it is now.
And it could cut through metal.
Yeah.
I loved that book a lot when I read it.
It was very much like a... I don't want to say a sister alloy to Cortosis, but it was definitely one of those, this can fuck shit up.
I'm going to have to see if I still have that book. I'll have to check my bookshelf later.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, any other... Vina just dumped a lot. This is your chance to be like, okay, guys, what do we do?
Well,
Bel.
Hesper. Or whoever that was, sorry.
that was me.
Oh, sorry, Sammy.
Well, I know the Jedi instructed us to do reconnaissance, but I don't think that's exactly on the table anymore. Wouldn't you all agree?
Yeah.
Well, we can't exactly go in guns blazing because if they're making people forcibly work under, I assume, very poor conditions, there's going to be some collateral.
Vina flinches when you suggest that and goes, putting it mildly.
So we can't go in guns blazing. There's going to be civilians, and I don't mean this in collateral damage.
I can get you onto the surface undetected, but you're going to have to be good at piloting.
Does this Jafon person what is his take on the Jedi? Because I don't want to fear disrupting this mission just with my presence there.
She takes a minute to think. It's, as she said, it's been 5 years, so she's got to like recall all she does know about him. He's definitely a shipping magnate who found an opportunity to do this and took it, and he's kind of feeling bigger than he is. Because once he got Gall and Jar under his heel, he was able to move not only from Tabana, but he was also to start smuggling contraband, drugs, and other crime things he wanted to dabble in, because he's like, ooh, I got this, let's expand. I can be cool. I can be great. He's kind of right now riding that high of no one's challenged him, so he thinks he's on top of the world. He doesn't
So,
and because no one's been able to call for help, he doesn't really think much of anyone coming to stop him.
so he wouldn't think of the Jedi as a threat?
Not right now.
Okay.
At the moment, Vina even adds, no one on the planet even knows she got out.
Okay.
So he's gotten a little too big for his britches.
Extremely. Having cut off all communication to the world, prevented anyone from leaving or coming and going, like... He somehow took a world that is near a junction point of different hyperlanes and made it the most isolating feeling place in the galaxy. He took the elders of the city and carbon froze them, and he has them as trophies in his enclave, which he hides out.
So we're killing this guy, right?
I have no qualms.
Ragnar is just kind of, if the commanders are still up there, he's just staring down the Mandalorian.
Yeah, the holograms haven't changed. Still all 5 of the people. Unlike you two, this Mandalorian doesn't wear the helmet. It's just the body armor. If that helps your mental imaging.
Yeah. No, he's just memorizing his face.
He wears on his person what looks like, for those who've seen the movies, Jango Fett's like revolver pistols, as well as the Mandalorian van braces, the full body armor, the jetpack, and a bandolier over his armor.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you can't tell what color the armor is because it's a hologram, and you really can't tell colors. Sorry, that's a mystery.
We'll find
all
out when
good.
we see him.
It's not like there's gonna be a ton of Mandos to discern from.
Yeah.
Which one is he? The one wearing the armor. They're wearing armor too.
wearing armor.
The one flying.
They're all flying.
How elaborate do we have to make this fight?
They
Get
fly
down
now.
here!
They fly now.
Also, you can tell of the 5, Kor seems the tallest next to the Wookiee.
Mm-hmm.
So height-wise, it's the Wookiee, the Mandalorian, the Twi'lek, the Bothan, then Jafan. It's like Verizon.
Oh, he's got small man syndrome.
He has major small man syndrome.
Close enough. Welcome back, Lord Farquaad.
Some of you may die, but that is a risk I'm willing to take.
To take.
Oh my god, it's literally space Farquaad.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The best part is you guys can decide which one of you is Shrek.
Well, I mean, I came in
They
with the
don't
audio.
Dental.
They don't even have dental. Okay, stay focused, brothers. Stay focused. I think Sami will kind of stay silent as everyone else like voices their like approval of killing these people, because she's never like, okay, so like she's been through simulations at the temple and has like fought drones and bots and stuff, but she's never gone up against people and she's never taken a life before.
Fair.
So she's just kind of processing like the fact that she might have to kill someone.
Very true.
Ah, yes, the sheltered temple child.
Listen, it's not peer pressure, it's just Sammy's turn.
Oh, yes, baby's first murder.
I can see now the entire party's like, push this guy on the ground. Ragnar's holding him down, and everyone's like, okay, Sammy, take your lightsaber and go here if you want it to be fatal. Here we'll just be injuring. And then Rane's like, if you really want to be dirty, go for this spot here. Everyone's just like leaning in, and Sammy's like, I don't know if I want to do this, guys.
Yeah, peer pressure.
Rane would be that supportive older sister type that's like, here, you get a cake because you got your first kill. I'm so proud of you. Everyone's gonna celebrate now.
The two Mandos are like, we're so proud of her.
We're so proud. Do you want to hang your head up on the wall? We can get in a nice mountain, everything if you want. Like, so proud, so supportive.
This is how the Jedi and the Mandos actually achieve peace.
Yeah.
Ragnar is immediately concerned for Sammy's future.
No, this is like a win for the Mandos. They managed to get a Jedi to kill someone.
Rane just
Right.
a terrible influence. Anyway, Rane definitely is looking at the Mando, but it's kind of like she's more focused on the fact that he's not wearing his helmet, but
Okay.
he's still wearing his armor.
Yep.
So she's more like shocked at that, and that just by itself is like enough for her to be like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to do what we need to do to teach these people a lesson.
Okay. Vina's also saying, yeah, for you two who were gonna just jump us to wherever the fuck you thought we were gonna jump, the coordinates are in the Navi computer. They're already preset. All you gotta do is hit the, the thing. So whenever you guys are all ready, we can leave. But like I said,
Hesper just goes, oh, this thing?
I just press it. The ship immediately lurches.
everyone's pinned to the wall. Ragnar's just like, no more piloting. But no, she does say before we arrive, I will take over to get you onto the planet safely, but then you two have to get us the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Before I forget, do any of you guys have any smuggling contacts?
You're seriously asking a Jedi in the party who has never left the temple.
Vina doesn't
If
know
she
any of
has-
this. Vina knows nothing about any of you. She was just told that she would be getting a team.
I think Sami will give her a visibly confused look when that question is asked.
There will be a very cocky grin like,
The like
yeah,
the
you don't have to
slow
look the
hand
type.
raise.
Yeah. Hesper is raising her hand slowly.
Vina will notice and be like, good, you're going to be how we get things going. Where we're going,
Go on.
you are going to be the point man, because where we're going to be going, the people there are very touchy. Smugglers are good, but everyone else, not always. So you'll be leading.
So, I think some light reconnaissance might be needed, at least surface level. Do you have a Bell asking Vina? Do you have a layout of the facilities and everything, like a hologram layout?
She hits the map, the keyboard, changes a few things. You see an orbital station. I'm grabbing an image to put in the group chat for you guys. That way you can be like, oh, that's what it looks like. What was I going to say? Nope, not that one. You see that, and she's like, that is the harvesting station. It will either be orbiting Jar, or it'll go into the upper atmosphere. And when it's in the upper atmosphere, it will be, as the name suggests, harvesting Tabana. When it's in orbit of the planet, however, it has a couple wings of droid starfighters to protect it. So you got to figure out a way to get on there without being blown out of the sky. I have an idea about that, but we'll have to first get to the planet and you guys figure out if it's a worthwhile endeavor. I don't know how bold you guys are. And in the group chat, that's what the station looks like.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Right. And Bell just points to it. So they're likely to be there.
Jafan goes there every day for an X amount of time. Then he returns to the planet and stays in his enclave. When he's up there, he takes with him 2 of his protectors and leaves 2 behind to watch over the city. There is no consistent scheduling. He does it on a whim so that we can't prepare to do anything.
So we won't know exactly who is going with him to the station?
Nope. The ones who stay and the ones who go are always the same, thankfully. The Wookiee and the Twi'lek, I think. Did I put that down as the notes? I think I put down that as the notes. Where's my...
Oh, wait, so it is consistent who goes with him and who doesn't?
Who goes is consistent. It's the when that's not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that might have been my bad in the phrasing. Okay, the Wookiee and the Bothan stay at the Enclave and enforce things in the town. The Mando and the Twi'lek are the ones who always go up with him.
Okay.
The Twi'lek and what other one?
The Mandalorian always are at his side.
Got it.
We just don't know when they're going to next go to the station.
Yeah, and Vina has an idea, but she'll want you guys to see things in person before suggesting it. It's one of those, like, it's a crazy plan. Let's see how crazy you guys are first.
Okay.
What if we try to hit the Wookiee in the bottom when they're planet side as he's making the inspection?
Vina's eyebrow cocks. You want to get them when they're divided?
Sounds very risky, Bel.
Would you rather fight them all at once?
I mean,
Sami will kind of shrink back when he says that.
Is there a way we can maybe spy and see when he exactly goes up by himself with his 2 buddies and just take it out? Kablooey.
Getting you into the city will probably be the easiest thing I can do. Once inside, it's one of those, once we're in, we can't leave again. So it's going to be one of those, you're going to be making your plans on the fly. So hopefully you guys are good at that. His foot soldiers are evenly divided between the station and the Enclave. They mostly patrol the Enclave to make sure we don't go in. Thankfully, they leave us alone in town, unless they're coming to bring more workers.
I did have a thought, but that's risky.
Does Rane have any ideas?
Not at the moment. I think if she can get us into the city, the best option would be to start doing some reconnaissance there and kind of seeing what the, like, how tight is security, how, I'm trying to think of the wording, how watched are they in the city? How much of their, like, system operates in the city, and how much does it kind of just go by the wayside? How free are they to move about and kind of find research, find information about what they need and about this group without being watched like dogs or hawks?
Gotcha. You're about to say Mitch?
Just thinking of a 2-pronged attack, simultaneous. How this is Bel to Vina. How active is the airspace on the planet?
They have control of the anti-air turrets, so there is no flying within the city. That's why I said getting you in the city is going to require you guys to be really good at piloting through some stuff. Then we're going to have to do the rest on foot. Because this ship, while it's good, it's definitely not one of those you can miss it if you aren't looking for ships. They'll definitely see it.
Well, that's my plan out the window. I was thinking of a simultaneous when Jafan's ship is leaving, the ship attacks it, shoots it down. At the same time, planet-side team hit the 2 remaining defenders.
So split up the group.
Like I said, it was a risky plan. I don't think it's going to...
It depends on what ship he's using.
He usually flies a shuttle.
What type of shuttle?
Standard civilian class. It was one of the ones we used to get people to and from the harvesting station. He goes in with his 2 guards and a couple other foot soldiers to fly it. They go up there. They stay up there till he comes down. There's that. It's not heavily armed, but it's definitely one of those highly maneuverable ones. I'm
That
not
would be
exactly
the
a
problem.
pilot.
How long is he up there for, generally?
The longest he's been up there is 2 days at a time. Then he'll come down for the same amount of time. He seems to try to dividing his time evenly between the station and the moon. That way he can keep an eye on all of us in different ways.
Creep.
Yeah. He also kind of likes spending alone time gloating over the carbon frozen elders, reminding them that he won.
When we do get this guy, can I get a free crack at his skull? Just asking this generally to the party.
But fucking Paige says fucking go for it.
I mean, I wouldn't mind holding him down while you do it.
I knew I liked you.
I don't care about the rest of them. I'm taking his armor.
My only concern is that our timeline is going to be so short, depending on where we land and depending on where we decide to do most of our work. Because if we choose the moon, we have to time it just right, where he's not there and we have the most time to do what we can.
Well, if once I get you in the city, as long as you guys aren't walking around broadly showing off your appearance, you can blend in as regular civilians. We just gotta stay.
Sam is gonna take a look down at her very clean Jedi robes and kind of like once again shrink back a little more.
Fun fact, because Sami was in her room. Sami will remember that there is a wardrobe in every room of this ship, and they are stocked with ponchos.
She's going to make a note to get a poncho later.
They are very sandy brown ponchos, like certain farm boy. They're very fashionable.
I was gonna go more Cal Kestis style, but okay.
That man has way too many ponchos.
He does.
But there are civilian garbs on the ship's wardrobes.
Mm-hmm.
But if you guys can disguise yourselves, we can get you in, and they'll just think you're civilians.
We'd have a day if we wanted to attack the moon. Day of reconnaissance. Then we would have to fight on the next.
Just making sure, was that Ragnar coughing?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure before I go into a character and you'd be like, no, that was just me.
No, that was
no, Vine will just look
Ragnar
over at
started to cough.
Vina will look at Ragnar and be like, Muscles, you need a drink? You good?
He'll turn back around as he did before and pull his mask up and take a sip and wipe. He'll take a look at his hand and wipe it on the nearest piece of cloth. Then pull his helmet back down.
When he doesn't answer, Vina kind of just like watches him for a minute, but then goes back to like looking at everyone else.
So, are we all in agreement of going moonside first?
I'm good.
It's fine with me.
I personally enjoy living, so moonside would be wise. Especially given the fact I doubt all of you want to take on that many fighters right out the gate.
Alright, Mitch just texted that Bella's
Yeah.
good with moonside.
Bombyx kind of gives a non-committal answer, indicating like whatever the party goes with, she'll go with, but she's still watching Vina very carefully, kind of like trying to like read between lines if there are any. Meanwhile, Kyrie's just piecing together everything that's been shared, putting together everything and hoping she can get through this without having to carry too much of the lifting on her own. Well, if that's decided, I guess you two pilots should get us there, and I will be getting something to eat because I haven't eaten all day. When we get there,
Want some blueberries?
she looks at them very cautiously and like, as she goes to reach, she like snaps her head to look at Ragnar to be like, "You're not gonna shoot me, right?"
He'll do with the pistol he took. He'll do a little spin and then hand it back to her.
She'll gingerly take it back, holster it, and be like, "For what it's worth, I wasn't gonna shoot him."
Believe when you got a blaster to somebody's head. Blueberries?
Takes very, very cautiously takes like 3 and sits down. And
Close
starts,
enough. Welcome back, Tony Stark. I'm sorry, Tony Stark pulled the same shit in the Avengers.
So much. I love you so much, Paige. I love you so much. Oh my god. We got Lord Farquaad and now Tony Stark.
last week we had Chicago. Like, I will throw pop culture references when I can. That's what I do.
Oh, I love it.
But, you know, she sits down and goes, "Yeah, it'll be a few hours before we get there. So I would say all of you use that time to do whatever you guys got to do to get ready."
Could Sami do some lightsaber training with her little drone in the cargo bay?
She can. She will have to get her. She will have to get
Yay.
her drone from her room.
Yeah, she's got to ground herself again, but now's not the time for meditation. So, laser sword.
Now she's gonna be aggressive. Be
Yes.
aggressive.
Listen. Kodu taught her the best way to get her feelings out is to be productive.
Right.
So she channels that supposed like negative feeling and anger into practicing with her lightsaber.
When you get to your room, though, you'll notice on your bed. You didn't notice this before because you came in to meditate. You weren't exactly like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You'll notice a little what are they, the pre-recorded holo devices just sitting on the bed.
Oh, wait, I have one. Ha ha! I have one right
Yeah,
here.
those things actually. Specifically those things. Exactly. Yeah. You find one of those just sitting on the bed. I love how you actually had one on standby.
Bitch, I'm a Star Wars fan.
Oh, I just like that actually worked out perfectly. You know exactly what I'm describing.
This is my time to method act.
For those who do not know,
Yes.
these devices are about palm-sized. They're round with 3 silver prongs, I guess would be the term, that come out and encircle the main body.
The audience can't see it, but I'm showing it off to the group in video chat right now.
Yes.
Yes.
They're very lightweight too, so like
Yeah. Jesus.
they're like a very fancy fidget toy meets a hockey puck. Now that I'm thinking about it. Do you do anything with it, or you just pocket it for now?
Curiosity is going to get the best of her as she'll activate it.
Ooh, okay. It takes a minute to flicker on, but it finally does. And is it on the bed or is it in your hand?
Yeah, she's gonna hold it in her hand.
Okay, so we'll say about 4 to 5 inch tall hologram of Kodu appears, and you can tell he's setting up the device to record him. Adjusts his robes and go, okay. Thought I'd be more prepared for this. Okay, I got this.
God, I love my dad so much.
Sammy, birds and the bee. No, I'm kidding. Start over.
Oh my god.
The hollow flickers and then goes back to him being serious. Okay, I got this. Sammy, you are my apprentice, and I have helped guide you to the best of my abilities ever since bringing you here from Ryloth so long ago. You have grown into a strong and wonderful woman and a Jedi that I am not only proud of, but confident will exceed not only my expectations, but that of all the Council in your future. Not because of my abilities, not because of my skills, but because you have a spirit that cannot be contained. I know this was not a mission you wanted in the sense that I am not with you. For what it's worth, I myself was hesitant to allow the Council to give this to you alone. But I was reminded that part of being a master means learning when to let my Padawan go and do what they need to do on their own. This mission was placed before you, and while I am not physically accompanying you this time, know that the Force is with you. And through that, I am with you the entire time. Promise to see you again when the Force wills it and all this is over. However, until then, remember, you are to rattle the stars, chart your own course, and remember you radiate like solar fire, because I have trained you to do what is right. Shine a light that only you can shine on the galaxy. It is a gift that only you can give. And remember, I will always be proud of you, my Padawan. And then the hollow will flicker off.
Fuck you, Kitsune.
Royally, okay? I watched that film recently.
I mean that in a very positive way, but I'm actually crying right now. Okay, get it together, bitch. Okay.
And this is how I traumatize everyone, by giving them just the praise kink they never knew they needed. I just like give you guys all the affirmative things you never got as kids and just like hit it right out the gate.
God damn it. Okay. But actually I think Sami would actually get a little teary-eyed watching that.
And for the record, the canonical thing is he did start off joking, like, okay, Sami, birds in the... Nope, I'm kidding, can't do that. He does start off trying to joke.
Yeah, he would definitely be a jokester like that.
But it's very clear, like, okay, no, I gotta be serious.
Kodu is a very unconventional Jedi.
Yeah.
She'll tear up a little bit of that, but it's not sad tears, it's happy tears.
My dad believes me.
Yeah. I think watching that hollow gives her like a little bit boost of confidence. She's not feeling as anxious anymore, and she'll take a deep breath and compose herself. She will take the hollow puck and put it in her pack. Grab her little Jedi probe drone.
Yeah, her little drone.
Out from it. Just kind of like give it a quick toss in the air, catch it again. Just take another deep breath. All right. Time to practice. And she will head to the cargo bay to go practice her lightsaber drills.
For these drills, I would like for you to roll for some of these.
Oh god, here we go.
You get choices, so don't worry.
Yes. Yes.
I'm only asking. I do not intend this to be an encouragement, but is everyone respecting Sammy's privacy, or are people going to sneak in and try watching? Because I know that Bel and Hesper are probably flying.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I'm assuming the Mandalorians are off doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ragnar was gonna grab Rane, but we'll get to that after.
Okay, we'll get to that. Sammy, you do get to find the cargo bay empty and abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't here for this part, but it's big, and you're just like, oh shit, this is bigger than I thought it was.
She's just like, whoa.
Like, this thing can hold 10
Mhm.
to 15 metric tons of cargo space.
Whoa.
So this drone can actually be put on its like full paces and not be contained to a small room.
Mm-hmm.
The familiar whirl comes to life as the thing hisses out of your hand and starts spinning around you. Really quick, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One word. First thing you're gonna do is obviously you're gonna activate your saber. The familiar snap hiss comes to life, and that familiar sunlight yellow blade illuminates the room.
Mm-hmm.
Many Jedi are not supposed to be proud; they're meant to be humble.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since Sammy, you built this lightsaber, there's always been a sense of not only pride but contentness seeing that blade. You were always taught that the blade reflects the Jedi, so seeing that color radiating reaffirms what Kodu has always told you, that you do shine a light from within.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a sense of like, yes, this is how it should be. This is me.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was not meant to be a Greatest Showman reference. But hey, if you want to make it one.
This is the greatest show. Okay, headcanon. Kodu is voiced by Hugh Jackman.
Listen, if he wants to do it, like, I can send him a script. Anyway.
Oh my god,
Oh
if this
my
man
God, I
has a
would love
cameo.
that.
Get this man a cameo.
Kodu is that ripped. Anyway,
Yes. He's that jacked. Like a prayer choir version starts playing in the background.
whenever
as she's
Kodu walks into
training.
a room, that song plays.
Yeah.
He has risen, baby girl.
Baby girl, fuck! And I don't want the world to see me. Okay, I'm gonna stop before we get another copyright strike, because I know Shrek got you one. I'm so sorry
No,
for
you're
that.
good. You are good. You are to either roll in acrobatics or athletics.
Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna go with my acrobatics.
Okay. One the excellent choice. Then
Fuck!
that, there it is.
That's a 5.
You were a bit too focused on your saber, and the first bolt zaps you in the leg,
Ah! Mm.
and you immediately stare at that drone like, okay, I get it.
Whatever the Twi'leki word for fuck is, she just shouted it out.
I'm actually seeing if there's actually a Twi'leki.
Oh my god.
Listen, sometimes there are some checking.
I mean, they've got a whole website for
I
Mandela,
know.
so
There isn't one canonically displayed as a curse, but
great. Whatever the French word for fuck is, so le fuck.
I know that
putain, I think
is shit.
I think putain.
Yeah. Putain. Yeah.
Yeah,
she'll
putain.
just-
Putain, but with French it's like,
She goes, putain.
shake it off. You know, you're like, okay,
Mhm.
I deserve that. I got a little too in my own head.
Mhm.
Now you're going to roll either another athletics or acrobatics, or you can roll
Sure.
a Constitution saving throw to see if you are now like getting into the game.
Well, let's try a con save.
Okay.
Don't fuck me, Gil. Gil fucked me.
Oh,
That's a 5 again. What the fuck? Okay, 5s, buddy. I love you. I need you to go the fuck home right now.
you're
It was
able,
a constant curse I had in my other game, always rolling 5s.
you're able to dodge the bolt.
Mhm.
However, gonna take a quick moment. As you jumped to dodge, Bel and Hesper jumped to hyperspace.
Oh shit!
And you didn't crash. You didn't crash into anything. You simply did not land properly footing-wise because you didn't expect the ship to move that suddenly. And you're just like, I'm gonna kill someone. This is not my fault.
I'm just picturing that. That's so fucking funny.
And for the record, while these drones don't have any communication the way like R2 and 3PO or any other droids we're familiar with do, you do hear like a trilling of like like it is kind of mocking you.
Ooh. Sami will remember that.
And it will hiss again to spin around you and prepare to fire again. So you can either do acrobatics or athletics. Three times.
Okay. 3 times.
3 times.
Okay.
Everything happens
Let's
in
do
threes.
acrobatics. Okay, so that's a 14 on the first one.
Okay.
Holy fuck, that is a 21 on the second.
Okay.
And that is a 17 on the last one.
Those first 2 were definitely shaking off your cobwebs because not only did you block all 3 shots, but you were able to actually, I'll let you do this. How do you want to do this? As in, how would Sami's form practicing look like once she finally gets into her comfort zone? Because all 3 of those beat the drone by a lot.
I think first shot she deflects very easily like towards a crate.
Okay.
Second shot is going to be down at the ground below where the drone is hovering, and then the final shot is going to be directly back at the drone.
Ooh, good combo.
She cannot slice another one of these.
Cody probably is like, the council's actually kind of getting mad. You're going through them like candy.
Okay, she had a temper growing up, so they went through quite a few training probes.
Everyone's got their, their hang-ups. Yours are just floating orbs. The bolt, as you said, strikes a crate, floor. The third one strikes the drone like dead center. And you see it actually start spinning off its axis and going like before collapsing on the ground and giving the victory, not the victory, but like the success chimes. Before like be doing a series of trills you're familiar with, asking if you're prompting for a reset or if you were done and it can shut down.
I think Sami will go for a reset and just so that I don't take up too much time.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Kind
like,
of
regardless,
fade off with her practicing for a little bit longer before retiring back to her cabin.
Okay. This continues on for, we'll say, another like 30 or 45 minutes before you get little like, you feel like you've practiced enough. You feel the droids felt enough of your sting. You do pack up and head back to your room to meditate, and then we cut over to where on the ship are the twins? I think it was coming back to you, did you?
Ragnar, right as everyone heads out on their own directions.
Yes.
Before Rane can head out, is going to grab her arm and the coughing is going to get worse. And he's going to look at her and say, "Med Bay."
She will definitely walk him over there quickly. And immediately she'll take, like, once they're in the med bay together, she'll take her helmet off and start looking for things to kind of help soothe anything that will help soothe kind of like his
Condition.
scar. She'll be like, yeah, she'll be like, take your helmet off.
Just so you know, you can lock the door behind you when you enter if you guys want to. It's up to you.
Yes, please.
It does seal. It's not an open med bay. You can close it. This med bay is, again, it's big enough for like maybe 3 patients. It's got 3 beds, a med lab, and a full lab station for like if you need to do any kind of work. Rane, I'm not gonna make you roll because it's a small space. You wouldn't have to like miss anything. It takes you a few minutes, but you are able to find a few culto packs that can be applied to any surface wounds, and you find a few. Best way I could describe them would be like antibacterial, antiviral liquids that he could take that could help fight any potential infection internally.
Okay.
If those would be optimal for him.
Okay. She'll grab them, and to kind of stop his coughing a little bit, she'll definitely start to apply them, and she'll kind of look at him and she'll be like, it's gonna get worse if you don't do anything about it now.
We have now his helmet is actually off.
Scandalous.
Just in the presence of his sister. Legasp. He's gonna look over her and say, "We had more important things to worry about." And actually is spitting up blood at this point.
Roll a Constitution save.
He pushed himself a little too hard in that conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, roll a con save.
Now I feel bad giving the eyebrow waggles.
No, the eyebrow waggles were good. We like the eyebrow waggles.
Yes.
So that's a 9.
Oh.
Okay, oh, bother. I need you to roll me 1d4 damage.
Oh no.
Like because this is a case of yeah, you're coughing up blood, but is it a case of this is dry blood that you just finally clearing your throat of, or is this there's something open inside you that's bleeding?
So that was a 2.
Okay. The blood that you cough up is mostly dry. You do take 2 damage.
Okay.
Because anyone who knows, coughing up anything is just not pleasant. Especially in Ragnar's scenario. But don't worry, after you rest at some point, it'll go back up. So this is just so it's clear how much painful it is for him. For the most part, It is not to be too graphic. It's a mixture of phlegm, blood. Thankfully, though, because this is something you've experienced for a while, you notice it's not infected. So this is clearly, as you said, you overdid the talking. Also, to lend credence to what Rane said, this will continue to get worse if you do not treat it soon. What soon means, you don't know, unless one of you wants to do a medicine roll.
I will do a medicine roll for that.
I do like when people like to roll. I just hate when I'm told to do the math.
Yeah.
He's gonna start taking off his chest piece too, just to help out with it.
Okay.
18.
Because it goes through his clavicle as well.
Once the armor is clear and you're able to see everything better, Rane, you're able to determine most of the damage at the moment is focused on the throat and near his mouth.
Okay.
The part on his chest and the upper part of his face is more. It looks like it's closer to healing, but it's still not healed. But the focusing points are the throat, the clavicle, and the mouth. Those are the rawest parts that are not healing as much as the other 2 spots.
She'll definitely zero in on where near his throat, and she'll give him kind of I guess whatever the equivalent of I guess to have him clear out his mouth, some salt water.
This would be where you apply the Colto packs.
Okay.
Because not everyone knows this. Before Bacta in Star Wars, the nice gel bath that Luke Skywalker got in Empire Strikes Back, we had Colto, which is a type of material from the world Manan. The only place you can find it, even. It's served like Bacta, but it was not as strong, so you would have to use more of it to get the same effects. In Ragnar's scenario, these patches would be placed on you, kind of like a nicotine patch. And these 2 little metal prongs would activate to send a current through it to stimulate the body to try healing. So when she applies the patches, Ragnar, you'll feel like a little zap, but then it'll become like a dull thrumming. Like, not massage thrumming, but like a pulsing in that area. And you'll gain those HP points back, but it's clear that this wound is still not going to fully heal.
He's going to wince a little bit at not expecting the shock, and then says, I've had worse.
Rane will kind of, because Ragnar is her brother, he can see that she's zoning out in terms of like, there's definitely guilt, and there's definitely like a feeling of I should have done something more to help, but I couldn't. And she'll kind of nod, and continue to kind of do what she can to help him. Then she'll look at him and she'll say, "You need to get some rest before anything else."
Oh, I will try.
I've picked our rooms. They're back in the... And her voice will kind of just trail off as she starts to clean up.
Thankfully, all the rooms are private, so you guys can not worry about sharing space with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
He's, as you're cleaning up, he's gonna... Rane, don't blame yourself. I made this choice. I know. We'll deal with it in our own time.
I know. And before she continues to clean up, she'll kind of let you stand there a little bit, and then she'll continue to clean up in terms of like she's done having the conversation, because she doesn't want to like say anything that might make you upset or her upset. And so she's just kind of closing in on herself to clean up. But she'll take note of where everything is so that the next time this happens, she can be even quicker about making sure that he gets the medical attention he needs.
Okay. While you're doing that, able to take stock, there is in your experience, this medbay is stocked about as much as a field hospital. So you are not going to be running out anytime soon. And based on what supplies you see, so long as like we're using Ragnar because that's where your mind is. So long as Ragnar doesn't lose a limb, you should be able to take care of him as much as you need to.
Okay.
Obviously, you don't have a tank of which to put him in to fix the wounds fully, but like you can treat as needed and do meatball surgery for those who know MASH. Again, I know pop culture references. Deal with it. This ain't a war; it's a murder. Is Ragnar going to linger around for Rane, or is he going to go off on his own?
Being as this is the first time he's taken off his helmet in a little bit, he's going to smell his hair and just go, ugh.
Yeah.
Rane and Ragnar take 10d4 worth of psychic damage for that hair. The party finds them all unconscious in the med bay, twitching.
That hair has its own ecosystem now.
He's gonna linger for a little bit, and then he's gonna say, "I'm gonna."
There's a medical shower in there.
Oh, beautiful!
It's a very like a very Spartan shower. Like it's big enough for one person only.
Yeah.
Then, if that's the case, then when he's lingering, Rane will kind of sniff the air a little bit and be like, I'll leave you alone. And she'll just kind of walk out of the med bay as just like if you need to use the shower, you can. And we'll walk to her room.
Okay.
And kind of, she keeps her helmet off, and the door is open, but she's definitely sitting on her bed and kind of like thinking to herself and kind of replaying just that whole situation and how she could have been a little like softer about it instead of kind of clamming up and kind of just kind of beating herself up just a little bit in terms of like how she should have reacted with him.
Okay. As you're going back to your room and as Ragnar's getting ready to get in the shower, both of you can hear from the cargo hold, Putain! And you just kind of like look over, like, what the fuck was that? Clearly someone's upset, and you don't know what was said, but it clearly wasn't something nice.
Ray just gonna think, yeah, mood. Continue walking.
Ragnar, to your pleasure or displeasure, I don't know. Inside the shower, there are shampoo, soap, conditioner, all the things you would need to actually clean up.
Amazing.
You do carefully clean around your wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, because it's soap, you're going to get a little bit in there, so there's going to be some stinging. It is only after you've completely lathered and cleaned that you notice the scent of the soaps. And it is too late to prevent anything because it's already on your body and you're completely covered. Ragnar now has a very, very bouquet of floral scents. When he gets out of the shower and he's just like, yep, got to live with that for a while.
God, I love Space Bath and Body Works.
Yeah, this one's actually a bit of lavender, some what is it? I think it's called agave fruit. It's a desert flower.
Yep.
Please tell me there's a Meluron scented soap.
No, however, there is a Melu flavored snack in the galley. That Sami hasn't found yet because Sami hasn't gone to the galley.
That is going to be hers when she finds it. She loves Meluron.
It's gonna be like a fucking Mission Impossible.
Is it just like a Twi'lek thing loving Meluron? Because Hera loves Meluron as well.
Sure, we can establish it's a delicate snack that the Twi'leks all love. But Ragnar, you do get your armor on. It takes you a bit after the shower because sore.
Mm.
But all in all, there is a bit of, I think, a mood boost of like, you're clean. Your sister treated the wound. So despite it all, it's a net positive experience, though you're kind of like, I hate that I'm dealing with this.
Yeah.
Was there anything else you two wanted to do, either individually or together, before we shift to anyone else?
Rane is definitely going to start checking out the rest of the ship, and she's going to head to the galley where all the food is. She's going to start cooking.
All right. Are you going to be doing anything elaborate or just doing like a basic meal?
Just like a basic meal. Hold on, I have it in my notes.
Okay.
If I butcher the way it's pronounced, I apologize.
Odds are we may never know. Don't worry.
She's gonna start looking for like different things to make I think it's ooch cake.
Okay. Yeah.
Because she knows that like that's something that they both really enjoy. And she's gonna start looking for different things to make it and see if she can actually like throw together a pretty decent, solid one.
You can find the ingredients. The kitchen space is not one you're familiar with. It's very more. Before your exile, you're used to a bit more luxury in your kitchen. This one's very Spartan. So you're not used to working in closed quarters. Well, tighter quarters for kitchen space. But you are able to make one. You're a little disappointed because, again, your upbringing was like, I'm used to better pots and pans, a bigger, like, I'm used to so much luxury, but also, like, it shouldn't matter. I know what I'm doing. You do get a cake. You do get one. It takes a little longer to get perfect because the oven's a lot different. But it comes out very successfully. And it does give you some fond memories because you said yourself you like them. So it's a successful baking experience. Are you going to share with anyone, or is this going to be one of those, no, this is mine, fuck all of you?
She'll definitely bring some back and like leave on like Ragnar's bed if he's not there yet when she comes back. And there's like remnants. There's not like a full one, but there's definitely remnants in the galley, like if someone wants to try it, they're more than welcome. But like, if not, it's not going to go necessarily to waste because it's not that much.
I would say because of how big you were able to make it, the two of you were able to take a quarter of it. 3/4 are left behind for now.
Okay.
Was there anything else you two needed or wanted to get done?
As she's walking by, you just hear Ragnar cussing in Mandoa. Motherfucking why is it flowers?
As Ragnar's going to his room, Sami, you hear Mandoa cursing, and you have no idea why.
Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. There's what?
Oh god.
Shabuya,
Shabuya.
which is
She's
motherfucker.
She's like just walking by, kind of like tossing the probe up down her hand. She just goes, then head on to her room.
We're gonna cut really quick to Bombyx, if Bombyx wishes. What is Bombyx doing on the ship in transit? She has her own personal room. Has she decided to remain isolated and take advantage, or is she gonna be doing sneaky beaky shit because she's not supervised?
Such a good question.
I know. I know you love when I give you choices.
It's so good, especially like giving me options like lessens my free will just a little bit to the point that I need it because my brain operates on the lowest battery setting all the time.
Mood.
So I deeply appreciate it.
If I can prevent choice paralysis, I'll always take that option.
I really appreciate it.
If you need a recap, Sami, Ragnar, and Rane are in their rooms. Hesper and Bel are currently in the cockpit. The contractor, Vina, is in the galley, kind of keeping to herself. And Kyrie, no one knows where Kyrie is at the moment, and that could be bad, that could be good. Let's get there when we get there. There's only so far she can go. You guys are in hyperspace, so
No, yeah. Have we? So at this point, we've kind of like settled where everyone is.
Yeah, everyone's everyone's gotten their rooms. Everyone's kind of aware where we're going, what we're doing. This is the okay, we got time. This is travel time, so Bombyx has a chance to like ground herself and prepare for the arrival.
Heard. Can I take a little peek in Kyrie's room just to see?
You can make an attempt to get in.
Okay.
Because remember, these doors are like these doors don't automatically open for just anyone to go in. I would say.
I just want, just for context's sake, I just want to see if her shoes are in there.
Oh my fucking God.
They are probably still attached to her body, fully expecting that.
Okay.
I'm just curious, you know?
Roll a sleight of hand to see if the door is open or if you can open it.
Sweet Jesus. I didn't even pull up my character sheet.
I love how we're like 2 episodes in and already we have a character who's like, I'm gonna fucking go through your shit. What are boundaries?
I feel like there's always gotta be one. You know? I've actually not ever been the character that wants to steal people's shit, so...
We always have one person who wants to steal everybody's left sock. There's always one.
I think that's me. I think. Okay, I'm gonna roll. Oh, it's a 15 on the dice. I'm trying to find my character sheet.
No,
is that it? Nope, that's my... Oh, that is it.
Even without it, I'll say if 15 does pass, you're able to get into the room.
Okay, what was it? Sleight of hand?
Yes, sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. That's +3, so 18.
Oh, jeez, yeah, then you definitely got in. You were able to pick the lock without even leaving any sign that you got in. The door hisses open, like it's releasing the locks. Kyrie's not in there, but her stuff sure is, like her gear bag and all that.
The shoes are on her body, aren't they?
Yes, she's currently still wearing her boots.
Dang. That's okay.
Are you gonna go rooting through her shit, or are you gonna just be like, okay, she's not in here, and closing the door and leaving?
I am going to open her bag, randomly take out one thing and place it next to her bag, and then close it again. And if there's anything on like any dresser portion, I'm gonna just move it like a little to the side.
As the sibling who has
Not
done this,
taken.
as the sibling who has done this to my own siblings, I appreciate the energy, but I'm also like, oh, Kyrie's gonna commit murder.
He then
Maybe.
proceeded to tilt every painting on his way here. Yeah. Such an Alucard Helsinger Bridge moment.
I love it. I'm here for it. I want some more of it. Ah, that was good. I love that. So is she gonna depart quickly after she does her handiwork? Okay, where's she gonna slink off to? Remember, there is a in the group chat. I think Mitch put in the general chat. It's an image of the interior of the ship. Yeah,
Right.
it's scroll up a little in the general chat.
I see. It's so cute.
I know, it's so cozy.
It's so cozy.
You're currently at the cruise
I
quarters.
really like it. Where? Wait, what? I see. Okay. Ugh, do I want to bother the contractor or do I want to bother Hesper and Bel? It's a question.
Well, for the record, Hesper's probably
Would the-
harassing Bel about his like hiccups in piloting.
Only a little bit.
Slightly.
So it's up to you. Do you want to
Definitely
get to know?
questioning him, and then in between offering Corellian blueberries.
Harass
Aw.
food? Harass? Oh my god, you're Pavloving him. You're Pavloving him to accept the harassment because he gets rewarded with food. I approve of this headcanon.
Once again,
Yes.
Tony Stark.
Harass snack? Thank you. So yeah, do you want to bother the NPC, or do you want to go bother?
No idea what Hesper's up to in this game.
I don't know. Can someone take away my free will and make
Well,
a decision
If
for
it
me?
helps, you could use the NPC as a chance for me to fill you in on what was discussed, because you were, you know,
That's my thought.
and you can try getting a little more intel if you would like.
Yeah.
But also, you could harass the other two.
See, that's, I could really, really start this day off right, psychologically fuck with Kyrie, and then verbally fuck with Hesper and Bel. Just really get in there, irritate everybody. I'll irritate the NPC.
Okay.
I think this is gonna
Okay.
ultimately service me. But
Okay, that's
no,
fair.
guys, keep in your brain. I'm gonna start some shit. And even that could mean innocent. Like, I'm
Oh, yeah.
innocently gonna start some shit.
As you're leaving Kyrie's room, because I'm letting everyone know timing line where this lines up, you hear from the cargo hold a profane curse, and you use that as your chance to navigate away from the door without anyone looking, because if anyone's going to investigate a noise, it's going to be that, not you.
Right. Yes.
And you use that to make your way back to
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, you make your way back to the lounge. And a little bit as you enter, you feel the ship rock as you jump to hyperspace. And you find Vina sitting around the hollow table, just intently staring at some hollows of 5 figures that you were introduced to earlier during the briefing.
Slay.
Are you being stealthy upon your entrance, or are you just like casually walking in?
Here's the truth of it. I am casually walking in, but can I roll for stealth just to see? Because me as a person, I walk around my house.
No, I get that.
Whatever. I walk into a space, and then people get scared, and they don't hear me coming.
If you're rolling, but you're still moving casually, you're rolling at disadvantage.
Okay.
So it's a case of like, you're not trying to be sneaky, but you are aware that because of your upbringing as a Night Sister, you naturally do sometimes just move like a shadow.
Yes. I just want to see if this is one of those times or if people do indeed hear me.
Yeah, you're just kind of like seeing what you're testing the waters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Selah is testing the
Yeah.
waters. Bombyx, she's living whatever life she wants. Okay, well, that was a 7. So it can only go downhill from here.
I mean, also
That was a 5.
we're
So it
seeing
did.
we're seeing Vina's passive perception too. So
True. Plus 3 stealth. So with a 5, that is 8. Oh, girl's pretty. She's vibing.
yeah. So wait, you did that with disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay, just making
The
sure.
first one
Okay.
was a 7, and the second was a 5.
Okay, that's what I was like.
I
Wait a minute.
said, I verbally said it can only go downhill from here.
That's where I'm
and
like,
it
wait a minute. Okay, now I get you. Her passive perception's a 10, so she does hear you. She doesn't really like pay you mind. She just like glances, notices you, nods, and goes back to her like whatever it is she's doing, allowing you to do whatever you want in the room, not knowing if you're there for her or not.
I'm gonna kind of like walk in the perimeter of the room, like gently fiddling with stuff, taking one thing, putting it on the opposite shelf, sliding something over. If there's like a basket full of stuff, I just kind of shake it and mess with it.
I'm just picturing a cat knocking shit off a counter. That's all I'm picturing.
That's the vibe. Honestly, that's the vibe. So she's like she's like gearing herself up to talk to Vina, right?
Yep.
And
Vina.
yes, but she's like, I don't want to just straight up talk to her. I want to see how much I can dick around before I start a conversation.
She'll ignore your presence for about like 5 minutes before just going, do you do this everywhere you go, or is this like special?
I feel like at that point when she says that, it's because Bombyx has gone like stood right next to her as she's sitting down, and then like puts her like arm over whatever sofa it is, and then like slowly slides over to like over her shoulder to look at the game from her perspective. So at the time that she's like, do you do this all the time? She's like being real annoying.
She's like, I'm mentally getting ready for hopefully the death of these 5 assholes. What are you doing?
Hang on, can you say that one more time?
She's mentally preparing for the hopeful death of these 5 assholes.
Great. The 5 assholes?
Yeah, there's in front of her and on the hologram is a human, a Mandalorian, a Wookiee, a Twi'lek, and a Bothan. And you're able to remember these are the people that she mentioned that are occupying her world, holding her people hostage and all that. And you remember that she mentioned the Twi'lek is the one who murdered her parents. So, like, it all is clicking that she's holding a lot of resentment towards these figures specifically.
Heard. Bombyx is just like looking at it. She's just kind of like tilts her head. She's like, you're going to be taking that one in particular, I'm assuming?
She stares at the Twi'lek hologram and just goes, as much as I would want to, I'd rather get my grandfather back while you guys handle that fucker.
That's noble.
I already lost 2 people. I don't want to lose a third. He's all I have left.
I respect them. Oh. That's rough, buddy.
It's at this moment Vina finally like looks at you, Bombyx, and it's very evident by her like the way she's taking in your visage. She's never seen a Night Sister before.
Oh.
Which you would understand.
Mentally, I'm thinking, yeah, we're pretty sexy. I know. It's crazy.
So she just kind of like clears her throat and goes, where are you from anyway? Never seen someone look like you.
I'm gonna choose to take that as a compliment.
To be fair, though, looking at your companions, there's a validity of like, yeah, that we do kind of look like a ragtag bunch of misfits.
Yeah, a very mismatched group.
No common aesthetic.
Yeah. No. No. I'm just from the Outer Rim.
Seems like everyone's from out there.
In this particular conglomeration of strangers, I think so.
She'll continue to like, not like check you out, but kind of like get a feel for you based on your posture, your tone, and realize earlier during the briefing you seemed very aloof compared to everyone else. Are you just always checked out, or are you more the keeping it all inside type?
That's a very deep question. You'd have to get me a drink before I answered that.
Hold on.
I didn't mean it like
No,
that. I'm just saying.
I know.
I'm a yapper when I drink
No,
alcohol. That's all.
No, she thinks about it and goes, maybe when this is all over, I'll take you to the cantina on my world and I'll show you the drinks we have.
I appreciate
hopefully you can
cultural
keep up.
exchanges. We'll see. I do pretty good with fluids.
Roll a
She pauses and she's like,
roll
"That's a weird way to phrase that."
Either roll a persuasion or a deception.
No,
because of your phrasing, to see are you convincing to her.
I'm not trying to do anything.
Oh
I'm
no,
just
it's
yapping.
not even in a flirting way. Just to like, because remember she's trying to get a feel for you.
Oh gosh.
Because she's rolling an insight on you.
That was a 2 on the. So wait, what was it?
Either persuasion or deception. Just don't tell me which.
Okay, it's just a +2. So
Okay.
that's a 4. Hang on, my mother is here.
Yep. For what it's worth, you beat her by 1. Ugh.
She's so cute.
Yeah, but yeah, you beat her by 1.
I love my mom.
So she believes you, but she does give you a like. Either you're very confident, or you actually don't drink and you're trying to pretend you do. She can't accurately gauge if you're being serious and you just talk differently, or if you're like that whole one alcohol barkeep. She can't discern which one it is.
It's the secret third option. She's trying to communicate, but the awkward introvertedness suddenly came out at that second.
No, I get that.
And made her phrase that really weird. It's
Yeah.
the secret third option.
I get that.
Yeah. So that comes out of her mouth.
She does loosen up a bit because she's like, okay, that was kind of funny way to phrase it. Okay. So you got her to loosen up a little.
Mm-hmm. I grew up in a river-based area. So, I'm well hydrated and I can drink copious amounts of fluids. That's what that is. Anyways,
she gives an awkward,
if I talk for 2,
she gives you an awkward stare and nods, like putting together what you said finally. And she pieces it together not to be like, you're not used to new people, are you?
I have my favorites, and then I stick with them.
She like
So
she reclines back a bit and goes, I get that. For what it's worth, I appreciate what you guys are doing. Not everyone would literally just come to save someone else's world that they don't know. I know I've seemed bristly, but after 5 years of this hell, it's kind of hard to think anyone's going to give a shit about us.
well, send that gratitude to Empress Tita. They are the ones supplying the aid.
She kind of ponders and goes, okay. As long as the aid is good, I will appreciate whoever sends it.
Oh, my aid will be good. Everyone else, we'll see. Everyone's got at least one good bag or jacket that would be good to get out of this. And she like looks down and then kind of like looks her over, like looking at jewelry, any accessories. I was like, cool belt.
Just a reminder so you can like have a better idea what she's wearing.
Please help.
Yeah,
please.
no, you're good. I said it earlier, and I was just like, I know even like.
I have not been here.
Yeah, no, you're good. Divine. She's about we'll say about Sammy's height for you. Ballparking, just so Bombyx has a reference. She's got dyed rusty red hair, very green eyes, very dark complexion. She's wearing a sleeveless, like a V-neck.
Ooh.
And she's got like obi pants. For those who don't know, it's like martial arts pants. And she's wearing lifted sandals.
Slay.
And when I say lifted, I don't mean like the Japanese clog sandals. I just mean like they're slightly higher than normal. They're not flats.
Yeah.
We'll
say
she very
pants.
very functional.
She's got cool pants.
Yeah, she's got very functional clothing. It's not very fashion based.
That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
Yeah, Bombyx she says, "This is some cool pants."
She like stares down and just. You can tell she's never been complimented for her appearance, so she doesn't know how to quite receive it. But she's eventually does thank you and just be like, not used to that.
Well, you can respond with 3 different ways. You could say thank you. You could tell someone where you got them from, or you could do the third option and do both. Say thank you. I got them from my dead great grandma. Something like that.
There's a processing goes, all right. As I said, thank you. Yeah, they were my mother's. She made all of our clothes before she died.
Oh. Wow.
Hmm.
That was a poor choice of words on my part.
No, it's fine. It's good to remember that part of her more than the other parts.
I hear you. Well, I won't let my curiosity get the better of me and ask what size you wear, because if we were the same size, I'll be thinking about those pants all day.
Just a reminder, how tall is
And-
Bombyx?
She's like 5'7", I think is what I made her.
She's definitely shorter than you in the sense that pants would not. They'd be capris on you.
Capris.
Yeah.
Capris.
You'd-
Don't
you'd-
worry, baby girl.
You'd be wearing
The fashion.
You'd be wearing like the high water pants.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Still vibey.
She kind of laughs at your comment and just goes, "No, they're a common fashion statement where I'm from, so maybe you can get some after at the clothing shop. The tailor there is actually kind of good. You'd like his wardrobe options if you are a fashion person."
I've certainly come more into it recently. It's somewhat a guilty pleasure of mine, I guess. Anyways,
Yeah.
cool pants. I might have to get myself a pair.
I will take you to I'll take you to Zapal's Emporium after this is all done. Then.
Awesome.
Mm.
She's gonna like sit down and like kind of shove herself into the sitting area, and then look at the models and be like, "Oh, is there anything else you can tell me about these fuckers here?"
The Twi'lek is a sadist. He enjoys hurting people. So if you can prevent him from doing that to anyone else, it'd be great.
Drag his death out as long as possible. I hear you.
Yeah. The Wookiee is unrelenting once he gets into a rage.
Okay.
The Bothan I have never seen be violent, but my grandfather always told me the Bothans are known for being spies for a reason. If they're the galaxy's best spies, there's probably a reason why I don't know anything about their abilities. And the Mandalorian, all I know is he's the first one I've seen without a helmet. The two you have with seemed very interested when they saw him. So he must be worth their note.
I do suspect the siblings will be taking that one in one shape or the other. I can take the sadist, see if he's a masochist.
If you do, you'll have my great appreciation. I had to watch him kill my parents. So if you can take him, I will be quite indebted.
I'll do it for your pants.
She blinks at you very, like, disarmed.
I'm sorry. I did that. I did the thing again.
No, you're fine. Just forgive.
I only ever talk to my favorite people, and they know what I mean. And sometimes I talk to other people, and they don't know how I talk. So I have to talk different, and then it just all comes out wrong.
It's okay. Forgive me if I'm being too forward and I'm misunderstanding. I am very inexperienced in this way. Is this a form of... No. You're not not hitting on me, are you?
No.
Okay, I didn't want to. I didn't want to miss it and make you feel bad.
And I'm so sorry.
No,
and
you're fine.
That's not me like saying that like you're not cool or anything. I think your pants are cool and that they would look cool with a lot of outfits. And I'm gonna steal someone's shoes at some point, so it's like kind of
her entire expression shifts
community
immediately
thing.
To be like, you're gonna steal someone's shoes? What? She looks down at her feet like, hopefully not mine.
No, don't worry. It's boots. I don't want sandals. They're boots.
Like she kind of relaxes at that.
No.
Like, okay.
You are. I mean, you are cool, and I would be down for going and getting drinks and showing and finding out where you got your pants. I just don't know how to talk sometimes.
At this, she lets out a very genuine laugh, and for the first time since you met her, you've seen her look the most relaxed.
Oh my God.
And she looks at you and goes, I think I needed that more than I know. So thank you for making me realize I was holding too much in. I forgot what it was like to be our age. I've had to be this way for 5 years now, and going from 15 to 20 like this, I forgot what it's like to... And she, like, with her hand gestures between you, I guess, be normal? So thank you.
That's asinine that this conversation with me is the one that you would feel the most normal with, because I don't think I have been normal ever. And she like almost laughs and almost smiles, but it's like she hasn't done it in so long that she's kind of forgotten
What it feels like.
how. It doesn't come naturally, not unless she's with her friend.
Mm-hmm.
And so since she's not with her friend, it's like it's not coming out, but it's like just tugging at her muscles.
Watching her try to smile, Vina does kind of like, again, genuinely and not in a mocking way, laughs more, being like, if it helps, you're reminding me that people our age are supposed to be awkward because we don't know anything else. So if you think it's weird that this is normal, maybe that's the point. We're supposed to be weird at our age, right? How did a friend of mine put it? Sure, we're adults, but we're not adults, right?
Yeah. Oh. The passage of time is scary.
Don't get me started on that. I remember being like, and she puts her hand out to like indicate like how small she was. I remember when I was like this tall, I thought adults were boring.
Yeah. I thought adults were weird
Oh my god, right?
and kind of like,
Didn't you think it was gross how they would act sometimes around each other?
yeah. And there's all these like subtextual rules about
Oh my god, yeah.
interacting with people,
The whole like
but
always
that
reading
you don't
between
know that it's
lines.
subtext until you're older.
Yeah, and even then you don't know if you're doing it right because no one taught you.
Because no one.
And then she's just like, did we just become friends? Tell me we just became friends.
This is literally, this is girlhood. This is girlhood.
She looks around. I hope the rest of them are like you, because that'll make things a lot less stressful.
Oh, I really hope you don't live to regret that, but I will take the compliment.
For what it's worth, when we get things done, I will be buying your first pair of pants from Zappos.
And I'll be buying your first round of drinks wherever we go.
At that, you both hear Mando are cursing coming from the other end of the ship. And you both smell a very, very, very faint whiff of floral scents. But you don't know where the scent is coming from.
What plant was it again?
It's like a bouquet of different floral scents. Like
Okay.
like lavender, agave, maybe
Okay.
a bit of like what's it called? Lilies, lotus.
Oh,
Tiny bit
cute.
of cherry blossom.
Okay. Yeah. Bombyx just like stops and kind of smells. She's like, is that a cherry blossom?
You smell that too?
Yeah.
There
Does
isn't.
someone have perfume in here?
I don't think there's an arboretum in here. Did one of your friends bring a garden?
I would not be surprised. I wouldn't say friends yet,
Well,
but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, okay. At this point, you guys continue to, now that you've broken the ice, you guys communicate a bit more and bond more. And I will say that Vina does give you a familiarity to your friend back on Empress Teta, that you're able to like, okay, it was just that opening awkwardness. We got past it. We bonded over weird adults. This is cool. Like, okay, but this isn't as bad as I thought it'd be.
Now we're chill.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you're able to relax. Like, okay, this won't be as bad as you thought it would be.
this is so cute. Great.
Meanwhile, over in the cockpit, the two of you have just hit the hyperdrive button and heard a curse. You don't know what it was, but then you realize it's because Bel left the speaker on. So one of the parts of the ship, someone was overheard cursing.
What was that?
I don't know, but that's probably my bad. I'm going to turn that off. Wait. It's this button, right?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Wait. Insight check. Are you lying to make a fool of myself?
Let's roll.
Persuasion or deception, don't tell us which.
Presses another button, overhears Bombyx says, I want to steal someone's shoes.
Oh no, shoot.
It'd be awful if it's the I'll kill him for your pants. Because that would be
The most out of context, terrifying thing for both Ragnar and Bel to be like, wait, there's only 2 men on the ship.
And what's worse is it sounded out of context with context.
I know.
Rolled a 4,
But that was
by the
such
way.
a growing
4.
moment.
You rolled a 4?
Yeah.
I rolled a 5.
Oh my god, you two. Do you believe her?
Well, that's the thing. Like, do I get the sense that they're telling me the truth, or they're trying to bullshit me? Hesper.
Yeah.
Like,
what's Hesper's expression in conveying the information?
She looks pretty darn cocky when she's looking over. She's just like, yeah.
So it's not like a cocky to the strap, but cocky like, yeah, I know the ship already, sort of thing. Okay, so in that case, we'll believe Hesper and turn it off.
Okay, it turns off, but there's definitely that moment of like, as you flip the switch, you're waiting for something to backfire on you. And when nothing happens, you're like, okay, good. Glad we had that talk.
Oh, okay. You don't hear a voice from Bel, but you're gonna get a voice inside your head. Now, was that the actual button?
Oh, fuck. Is that how the mind trick stuff works?
No, that's actually more of a Keldor thing.
Oh, okay, I know what you're doing. Even I was like, what the fuck
How
are you doing?
doing that?
It's a little trick that my species have.
So cool.
Again, not moving the mouth, but in your head again. I can also make it seem like it's coming from behind you.
She's going like a cat.
Yeah, this is where you this is where you two get to enjoy your time in the cockpit for a bit.
But she'll eventually turn to say, yeah, that wasn't the right button.
It hits the button that like she lied.
It's, that one. It's actually that one. Cross my heart, hope to die. It's that one. I promise.
Show me both hands, making sure you're not crossing your fingers. All right. Okay. You know, I was actually exploring a different part of the outer rim before I got on this job.
Really?
Yeah. I was heading Nar Shaddaa way. What was that? You cut out.
I just said, Nar Shaddaa.
It's interesting place to get work.
You could say that. Not as interesting as Batu, I can tell you that.
Is there anything to do in Batu?
Except forget Ronto wraps and bacon the three sons? No, not really.
Could be worse. Could be Jakku.
That's true.
For the record, no one's actually ever been to Jakku, but all people know is the myths around Jakku at this period of history.
Mhm.
It is a myth that it is a world of those who go don't come back.
I think I would take Batu any day.
Yeah. Is this your first time leaving Batu?
No, I've left before. But for this far away, yeah.
I was going to say it's a jump from the outer room straight to the mid inner core.
It's pretty cool. Just from what I'm seeing. I'm enjoying it.
If I'm particularly honest, I never enjoyed much of the core. I've always enjoyed the outer rim more. What was that again? You cut out on occasionally.
Why?
The core is too materialistic and superficial for my tastes. I prefer people.
Fair. People make life interesting.
Very true. Very true.
So where did you learn how to pilot?
I kind of learned on the fly, and then I met a group of people.
Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
Well, then I met a group of people. We kind of made a family.
Is
That was
important.
Hesper, at the word of made a family, I want you to roll a lore check
Okay.
to compare your everyone's heard stories
Whoa!
of
Nat
Jedi.
20!
Oh jeez.
Oh shit!
Oh!
You have heard many stories of the Jedi, as has everyone. They're myth, no matter where you go in the galaxy. Hearing someone who is a former Jedi say they have a family contradicts everything you've ever heard about them. The running story was Jedi don't have families, they just have other Jedi. So there is a bit of a not an earworm, but what's he mean by family?
So I thought that Jedi didn't have family.
Well, more of it's a found family that I made. I was a captain of a crew. The ship was called the Rogue Penta.
The Rogue Penta. That's a cool name.
That wasn't me. That was Dara. She has a knack for the theatric.
Sounds like my kind of girl.
Oh, you'd love her. She's a fire spirit, that one. You do notice Bel kind of having those happy, reminiscent, 1,000-yard stare out into the hyperdrive when mentioning Dara.
What's that? The anime slide into view.
While you two are talking,
Who's
both,
Dara?
I need both of you to roll me a perception.
Oh god. 17.
19.
For a very brief moment, you notice at first, Bel, silhouette appears alongside the ship and then speeds up and then vanishes. Hesper, you see it just enough to like identify what it is, like what you're seeing, not like you don't know what it is off the top of your head. It's a silhouette of a large creature.
Fuck. Off table. Is this the fucking whale things?
You
I was
saw,
gonna say, is this a Purgle?
you saw a
Purgle!
pod of Purgles rush past the ship.
Oh,
God, Purgle are my favorite Star Wars creatures.
I love him so much.
Because Bel, you noticed them more, you were able to identify 5, 2 adults and 3 what look like different varying size offspring.
what in the what was that?
I don't believe it. We
not
got a
gonna
rare
die,
treat.
right?
Oh no. We just got a rare treat. Those were Purgle.
Purple.
Space whales that they could travel at hyperspeed.
You're joking. You're
No.
playing me.
No, not at all.
No way.
Why do you think they caught up to us and they vanished at this speed? By the count,
Gotta be magic. That's incredible.
no one knows. They've been around for. Well, they're an urban legend. Some say they've they see some call it, someone is off their rocker. Very few actually see them. They're
It's also said, for those who are unaware, it is said that the Purgle taught the first spacers how to use hyperdrive.
Bell will say. Some say the Purgle are the reason we have and able to travel light speed. Seems like a family of 2 adults, 3 offspring.
For the record, the children were the size of the ship. Like, the children were the size of what the ship you're in. The adults were clearly larger.
If you think they're big, if you think they're a little bit, then trust me, they can get bigger.
That's cool, but also terrifying to think of at the same time.
They're some consider them pests and nuisances, but I don't know. I think they're very majestic creatures. I only ever read about them. Seeing them, oh, that's a treat.
Hesper, Bel's wistful moment kind of reminds you of a story you heard when you were with your parents once. Another smuggler was telling a very young you what space was like, because you hadn't left Batu yet. And you asked, what was it like out there? And his response was, if you can't take a little bloody nose, you ought to stay home. It's not safe out there, but it's wondrous, with treasures to satiate both subtle and gross. But it is never for the timid. What you find will always astound, but you must always be prepared for what you find to be the normal, and there be something abnormal just beyond it.
I think this is exactly what I had imagined. And more.
Oh, just you wait. The galaxy can always throw a surprise at
No kidding. She kind of like gets like very unenthusiastic for a second.
It is at that point, though. Enough time has progressed through hyperspace. You guys get the alert that you guys are coming up on Jar. And because the alert is heard throughout the ship, Vina appears behind you guys and says, I don't mean to be rude, but Gramps, you gotta move. I gotta get you this part of the leg.
like turning with a. There's no pupils, but you can definitely tell the fucking side eye. Hell, just a Gramps.
She leans in closer. Would you prefer old man?
I'd prefer you call me by my name, but by all means, have at it.
She smiles. Okay, Diggling.
Just like
That's what Bel's doing,
All
right?
Oh my god.
And she looks over at Hesper. I think I got him.
Fine, I'll man the
All I need you to do is keep an eye on those scanners and let me know if anything comes up.
something like AA turrets, maybe.
More like make sure that the harvesting station doesn't notice us. We don't want to deal with squadrons of fighters.
This is true. If I remember correctly, this ship does not have any cloaking abilities.
Nope, cloak is not a thing yet.
Copy. Can I possibly disrupt our transmissions so that we are kind of invisible, or at least very hard to notice?
Not in a way that would run counter to what she's about to do.
Right. In that case, I'll just man the scanners for any squadron.
Okay. She's gonna look over. She's gonna look at you, Hesper. I'm gonna tell you to do some things, and you need to do it immediately in exactly how I say it. You think you can do
All
that?
right, let's go.
Okay. She puts her hand on the steering yoke and
I do this with my dad all the time.
And she's gonna look at you. The minute I say to, I need you to pull us out of hyperdrive and immediately put us into a downward spiral at full speed.
Bel is going to hit the intercom and just go, we're about to leave hyperdrive. Everyone hang on to something right now.
Those not flying. Those not flying. I need you guys to do a dex save. Those.
I'm gonna say, y'all announced that like as Sammy's like mid-changing clothes. Oh God.
Bel and Hesper, I need you to roll piloting rolls as I call them.
Copy.
Okay.
Ready?
Vanya says, Hesper, now. And immediately that's the first piloting roll.
But suffices I rolled
No,
a
you
dirty
did
20
not.
for my dex.
Hold on. What did
I rolled an at 20.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Let's go.
How did the four of you dex people go?
I rolled a
That
dirty 20.
Okay.
That was a natural 20 for Ragnar.
Oh my
Bombyx.
God.
Nice.
Is this a save?
Yeah.
Yeah, dex
Check.
save.
Yeah, dex save.
Dex save.
9.
Okay. And Rane?
An 8.
Okay, so Sami, you were able to quickly grab your bed. Ragnar, you quickly put yourself between the frame of your door. Rane, you're coming out of your room as Bombyx is walking to her room, and immediately you two collide into each other.
Oh no.
However, at the way you are going, Bombyx, you are able to grab the frame of Rane's door and hold you both from falling to the ground.
He just collided with Beskar though, so that's gotta hurt a little.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just a tad.
But this is great for the ship dynamic.
Yes! A new ship has just sailed.
Now, for this to really matter, to really determine how good Hesper does, what was Bel's piloting role?
That's not bad. That is 15.
Okay, so 15, nat 20, and Vanya rolled a 17. You two see the hyperspace vanish. You guys are literally like almost in atmosphere of Gall. You aren't far out. You are close as you can get without being in the planet's gravity well. And as commanded, Hesper puts the ship into a downward spiral dive, like immediately. You both are able to see, right as you do it, the massively red gas giant behind Gall. And I mean, like, picture Jupiter behind Earth.
Mm-hmm.
That's the scale difference.
Good lord.
Yeah. And all the alarms are going off because you just threw this thing to a nosedive. So the thing's like, warning, warning, warning. Bina quickly shouts back, how are we doing on scanners? Roll perception at advantage.
Oh, thank God for advantage. That's cocked.
Both of us or just Bel?
Just Bel, because he's on the scanners while you two fly.
Got it.
That's an 18 on the die plus 7.
So 25?
25.
You guys pulled out, just beating the scanners of both the planet and the harvesting station. You guys just cleared it by 2.
Oh! Immediately, Bel's just going to go, we're fine, but I don't think we're going to cut it any closer than that.
That's all I need to know. Hesper, I now need you to tell me, how good are you at breakneck turning?
Do you need to ask?
Looks back at Bel. You may want to hold on.
Again, over ship Tannoy. Once again, if you're not hanging on to something, continue hanging on. And
Oh my god!
The ship screams through the atmosphere, breaking it. The heat finally breaking away, so the viewport is able to be seen again. Hesper, you were greeted by a large, and I mean massive, ravine system. Like, imagine the Grand Canyon 3 times bigger. Banya's gonna not even look at you, just stay focused. I need you to turn the directions I say as I say them. No delay. So these are going to be where you do a lot of piloting checks.
Okay.
And she's going to first say, I need you to turn port 25 degrees now.
I believe in you.
The other 4, please roll dexes, because this is going to be a breakneck turn.
Oh my god. Like, Sammy's like trying to quickly get her trousers on. Like, oh, like,
Got a
shit,
16.
shit.
16's good, okay.
Oh no.
oh no! Oh no!
So that was a nat 1.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Ragnar.
7.
Okay.
And it's better than a 1, man.
Rane.
11.
And Bombyx.
7
22!
22?
Girl.
So, again, the 4 of
I was
you,
ready that time.
Bombyx is able to pull Rane into the room, and because of the timing, you two are able to lean against the wall as the ship banks the way it is, and your side's able to, like, not in an awkward way, but you're able to put yourself in front of Rane and be like, don't move, we'll be fine. You are shielding her with your body.
Don't move or I might fall.
Ragnar?
Rane's
is
just
so
gonna
good for
kinda
the-
chuckle under her breath and brace the wall.
Ragnar, you
Guys.
slam into your door. So the people
Poor guy.
in the crew quarters, you guys hear a loud thud.
Cronk.
Sami, because you're in the middle of pulling your clothing on, you're fine. Your clothes, however, have gone across the room. So you are mid-dress and trying to stay clinging to the bed like, well, my pants are over there. I'm not getting dressed. Hopefully no one walks in. I'm just going to live with this.
It's just in a blouse and underpants now.
You know what?
Because fuck you, George Lucas, underwear does exist in space.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Hesper, you did make a successful thing, and you were able to narrowly avoid a giant rock spire and dive under what would look like a natural rock bridge formation. You have about, from the edge of the ship, maybe 50 feet on each side before the rocks. You are in a very tight ravine, and you are having to navigate this at very high speed. She is going to tell you 4 or 5 more times to roll for piloting to avoid all these rock formations.
Okay.
However, because we're not going up or down, the Dex people don't have to roll unless you fail. Everyone in the call suddenly glares like, Hesper?
Don't fuck this up.
So first piloting check.
Mm-hmm.
No pressure. Do not worry. You are being helped by Vina, so it's a combo, like you and her.
That was a natural 19 plus 3, so that's 21.
Yeah.
That's one pass. Bel, as you're watching behind these two, you see these two women locking in on their flying. You have not seen something like this since, like, watching Jedi pilot. The ship is moving that fluidly through the rocks.
I was gonna say, is Bel going, this is familiar?
He's having I'm less terrified as I thought I'd be, but also, should I be concerned at all by how good this is going?
Mm-hmm.
You are able to watch as Hesper flies through a waterfall, briefly obscuring the viewport, but she's able to spin the ship fully to get the viewport visible again. Invena compliments Hesper on the quick thinking.
Can I ask, just very quick, can I ask Vine or something?
You can attempt to see if she pays attention, because her and Hesper are very deep in concentration.
Do you need me on the weapons just in case we need to blast through some?
No, you definitely should not be moving at all. Hesper, go up 50 degrees now. Immediately, Bel, you were thrown back in your chair. How was it?
That was 6.
She rolled a 12, so 18. I need the 4 people to roll dex saves.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
You didn't hit any damage, but what you did do was, it's, you know how, and I know not everyone's a pilot. You know, if you go too straight up, you had to run the risk of stalling.
Yep.
Oh,
Hesper
yeah.
pulled the yoke a little too hard, too quick. Ragnar, how'd you do?
Oh no!
Oh no.
He's just not having the best day.
He's just opening the door right as this is about to happen.
As the door opens, you get thrown out the door into the corridor, colliding with 3 doors on the way by.
Oh my god.
Lord.
Just more Mandalorian cussing and just lots of metal banging.
Yeah. Ka-tish, ka-tish, ka-tish.
It's just a colliding of Beskar meets whatever's made out.
Sami, how did you do?
I got an 8. Yeah.
You've slid across the room, and you are now under your bed.
Oh god.
Because again, you went one way, and then the ship went up, and then you just slid down. However, though, you're now next to your pants.
Gonna try to quickly shimmy those bad boys on before the next bank.
Bombyx, how
Small victories.
Bombyx, how did you do? Ooh, 12.
Oof.
Why-
7.
7.
Oh, 7, my bad. I don't know why I said 12. What did Rane get?
Rane got a 15.
Because of how you two were, I'm going to combine this. Rane, you're able to plant yourself firm, and as you see Bombyx start to fall back, you're able to grab her and pull. Like, nope, you're not going to fly back because you saved me. I'm now saving you.
Yeah, she definitely, like, it's a jerk reaction, but she definitely grabs both hands around the waist and just kind of holds them back against the wall.
I'm drawing the ship art tonight.
If you don't, if
All
you
right.
don't, bro. At first they collide and they don't know what the hell's happening, and then Bombyx is protecting her, and then when she can't, then Rane protects Bombyx.
An entire
This
corner
is so.
of
I'm shipping everyone.
an
for
entire
different
corner of this
reasons.
call is writing fanfic as we speak. Hesper, your next.
I swear to God.
It's Hesper's time for her next one. That one, you were able to skip a section of the canyon, and Vanya's like, "Okay, not the best, not the worst. We're alive. How you doing back there, old man?"
Yep, I'm okay. Just nothing on scanners. Everything's fine. Just if you need me to take over at any point, just let me know.
Nope, just stay where you are. Hesper, I need you to.
Hesper pulls a thing, goes, sorry.
You are fine. You're fine. I now need you to dive and go twice as fast as we're doing now, and then pull up.
Dirty 20.
Ooh. Before she even finishes, you're able to predict what she's going to tell you. You dive to the point where every system on the ship is alerting to impact imminent.
Oh,
Bel,
jeez.
over their shoulders, you can see the ground getting closer and closer and closer.
Guys, girls,
You are
girls,
able-
ladies.
Bel, you're able to see the current of the river ahead of you guys in the direction it's going. That's how close you're getting. And almost before you lean in to take over from one of them, Hesper pulls back just enough. Water spraying around the ship and levels out perfectly, following the ravine. You definitely felt yourself age by 5 years, Bel. Vina's like, okay, we can do this the easy way or the hard way, Hesper. How brave are you feeling?
Bring it on.
Hard way, it's the fastest, but the easy way's safer.
Bring it on.
All right, you're gonna need to do 2 piloting checks at the same time.
Hesper's like breathing heavily, but she's like, ooh, daddy don't raise no bitch. Daddy didn't raise no bitch.
Meanwhile,
too-
Batu, Hesper's parents both have a sneezing fit, going, well, that's weird.
What do you say? Piloting checks at the same time. Is this Hesper and Bel?
No,
or
Hesper's
is
doing
this-
both, because she's gonna be doing 2 things at the same time.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
I want to see what you get before, I have you doing it.
Okay. Those work. Hold on.
You good?
Okay. 21.
Yep.
Wait, no, hold on. Sorry. Yeah, 21 for
Okay.
the first one. Oh, natural 1 on the second one.
Oh no!
Oh, fuck.
Hold on. Vina got an actual 20. So that that cancels out your 1.
Oh, thank God.
Does that mean I get to roll again?
No, what it means is it's going to be it's 1 critical success and then an average.
Okay,
Excuse
got
me.
it.
She immediately says, "Go through that fog." And just fly on instinct.
Okay.
Do it now. And
Um,
she shoves the yoke one way and you have to follow through, and then she lets go and says, "This is you, go." How do you
Okay.
describe Hesper's feeling as she is navigating on instinct? This fog is dense. And I mean San Francisco fog over the bay dense.
Oh. She pulls out every bit of muscle memory that she has, and she takes a breath to try and lock into her special little trick.
Okay.
On where to lead her. Because
Okay.
it hasn't led her wrong yet.
Roll a wisdom.
Okay.
Cue the Force theme playing.
That's 21.
Bel. In this moment, the panic sets in because you just saw Vina take her hands off the yoke and it's all Hesper now, coupled with the fog and everything. You're like, what are you doing? As Hesper takes over, you are watching giant, and I mean like skyscraper sized, spires of rock whizzing by. Natural rock arches diving under, going over, corkscrewing every now and again. Those in the back, you feel this ship moving in ways you don't think a ship should be able to move. But now you all are all stable. You're not being tossed around as much. Something is almost moving the ship for you. Hesper, all you feel is a sense of serenity. This feels right. At the last moment, those in the cockpit see a giant, the best way to describe it would be a sewing needle, the eye of a needle, of stone. You perfectly corkscrew spin the ship through it, and the fog is behind you all now. You have came to a giant clearing with multiple other starships landed in the area around a lake. Vanya is gripping the console, white-knuckled, and looks over. I'd like to welcome you to the end of Smuggler's Canyon. For the record, I'm gonna be honest. Kinda thought we were gonna die. Not because of you, but because you saw that. The route looks over at Hesper. That route has a 5% survival rate for new flyers.
Holy shit.
She slowly backs out of the chair, stands up, pats Hesper on the back. Welcome to Gall. And that's where we're going to end today's episode.
Fuck! Okay.
Son of a bitch! I was about to. Oh, okay.
No, it's a perfect spot because now you can be like, wait, we're here?
That's it?
Oh boy.
Something to linger on was that whole experience for all of you, and know that only 2 of you know what happened. The other 4 of you like, what the fuck did we just do?
Ragnar definitively made some new wall accents.
Oh god, it's just a giant
for the record,
shaped dent in the wall.
For the record,
What
I did roll. Every time Ragnar hit a wall, there's now dents. I did roll to see how much damage was done to the ship because of Ragnar being tossed around like a ragdoll. Ragnar the ragdoll. That's going to be a joke. I'm not going to let go of.
Oh no.
I'm going to hold that forever. The DM will remember that. You dented 4 walls.
Oh my
However,
goodness.
thankfully, because of your Beskar, you're okay.
He's okay.
However, when the others come out of their quarters, they're going to see 4 dents in the wall and be like, oh no.
They're just gonna see once they come out, they're just gonna see Ragnar like head over heels at the end of the hall.
Also the tea kettle.
In my head,
he's scorpioned.
In my head, I saw you landing at the end of the corridor that leads you to the rest of the ship, and you're clinging to the frame like, if I don't let go, I will stay still.
It's just
And then there's Rane, who like looks at him and is like, if anyone's seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, when she's like, why are you fucking with my automat? That's literally gonna be Rane. Why are you fucking yourself up? I just fixed you.
I did.
Just thanks to you.
But no,
I.
that was session 2, everyone. I hope you enjoyed
Yeah.
the ability to roleplay a bit more, get a bit more familiar with everyone, as well as have a secure transit episode where you don't have to worry about anything fucking with you just yet while you learn what you're doing. I'm assuming if asked, someone will be able to fill in Jaylenne with everything that was missed, so she won't be too far behind, but if not, I will send notes I can. I'm aware of the scheduling things for next week as everyone put out, and we will act accordingly. I'll check in again during the weekend. And I know it's later. I apologize. We did not mean to go this late. I relinquish you all to those who need to go to bed, because I know some of you work. The rest of you, there's that. For those of you watching at home, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Next week, party shall learn who is hiding here on this Smuggler's Canyon and what they're doing on Gall. Till then, though, may the Force be with you, and bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.